Place your bet at 55% odds, and as your win probability changes, so does the value of your bet, giving you the ability to cash out with total control. And the best part, no spinning wheels. Live bets on Sporttrade are instantly accepted. Download Sporttrade on your iPhone today and use code 1580 to earn 10% cash back on every bet in your first week. Terms apply.
Sporttrade is regulated by the Arizona Department of Gaming. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
In most countries of the world, Porte means door. United Porte Custom Doors, located in the Scottsdale Airport Design District, is now open with over 40,000 European doors, all in stock, ready for delivery, and at wholesale prices. Designers, contractors, builders, and yes, you. Come see our showroom on Greenway Hayden Loop. That's United Porte, Porte. Stop by to see and feel the quality at United Porte Custom Doors. Find us at uporte.com. That's uporte.com.
Head coach Bobby Hurley and Sun Devil men's basketball are ready to join the Big 12 Conference. This season, the Sun Devils host conference foes Baylor, Iowa State, Arizona, TCU, and Houston, all at Desert Financial Arena.
And another steal ahead to Miller, and Miller reverses it up and in, and he's fouled. Holy moly.
Join the action and get your Sun Devil men's basketball tickets today by calling 480-727-0000 or go online to sundeviltickets.com.
Let's say you've got questions. You're looking into solar, but you don't know where to start. Well, Harmon Solar has the answers. Hi, I'm Jeffrey O'Brien, and listen, there's a couple of ways you can go here. One, visit harmonsolar.com, browse around, because right across the page, they got links to all sorts of great information, like frequently asked questions, equipment, tax credits, even testimonials. Or just give them a call, 800-281-3189. Ask them directly. They'd love to hear from you. That's 800-281-3189. Or just go to harmonsolar.com.
My pain is considerable, but that prescription is dangerous.
The side effects of my medicine are worse than my condition.
I'm in recovery. I can't take those pills.
When faced with a health crisis, you shouldn't have to choose between risks.
At the Naturopathic Physicians Group in Scottsdale, our medical doctors are experts in full spectrum care using a natural approach. Patients come in for a variety of issues, including joint pain, chronic conditions, and issues specific to men's and women's health. Our naturopathic doctors can restore pain-free joint function and restore balance in immune, digestive, and hormone systems, which often improves immediate physical symptoms without having you take a bunch of pills. If traditional medicines aren't working, don't you think it's time to start feeling like yourself again? Call Naturopathic Physicians Group at 480-451-6161. That's 480-451-6161. Or go to naturopathicgroup.com.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K257CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K240 EU Mountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down.
Because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's Tuesday here on the Daily Blender. I know, we can't believe we're here either. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, not alongside Randy White, probably already drinking. Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580. As we broadcast live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. I got to be honest. I guess I planned this poorly. Didn't occur to me. I don't know why. I just figured I was supposed to work today. And everybody I've talked to been like, really? You're working on New Year's Eve? I'm like, well, yeah, because New Year's Eve is tonight. Right now, it's just, it's Tuesday.
I'd rather have New Year's Day off. If I had to choose between the two, New Year's Eve or New Year's Day.
Granted, we will not be here tomorrow.
Oh, well, thank you.
But I'm thinking, well, maybe we should have been here today.
I'm drinking tonight. So
maybe this was a bad idea.
we
I
can
don't
hang
know.
over tomorrow and eat that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you see what I'm wearing,
There you go.
got my ASU T-shirt on that my wife gave me for Christmas. I also chucked on this ASU hat, and then I realized, oh, that's for ASU baseball. That's an ASU baseball hat.
Still counts.
Oh, I just want to represent a little bit, but
I saw a lot of the ASU shirts out today. I went to a coffee shop with some friends earlier, and there was a lot of Sun Devil spirit going on in the Valley, which I like to see.
And that's great. And I don't think it's all bandwagoners because you see ASU stuff all the time. It's not like a new thing. You might see a larger volume of it because people are thinking about that game tomorrow.
It's game day,
right?
Coming up. Yeah,
got the what's the name of the team again we're playing? Hold on, I gotta check my papers here. Give me a minute. I've got it. Hold on.
Help you out here.
I've got it. Hold on. Just X-Ass.
That's right.
X-Ass?
Saxit.
X-Ass. Texas. Oh, I couldn't see the whole T-shirt there. Texas Long Johns. What? Okay, so here's we're going to make a deal. I am not going to be mean to the Texas Longhorns. We've been gentlemen about all this. But I am going to read the texts that come in. You can't be mad at me for what other people say.
I won't be mad at you.
Well, in the past, you says yes, but you read those words, and
no, and I always try to make sure that it never comes across as clear as I want it to. But I try to make it clear that when I go at somebody that you read their words, it's not directed at you. It's directed at the person whose words you just read.
Okay, I think we have that understanding. Though.
Yeah, it's never ever been directed at you. Just.
This hand will not do the horns down, even if they say it on the text line. I won't do that.
Yeah. Do what you like.
I personally will not, because I'm worried. I'm worried that they've talked too much. You can have ultimate confidence. Sam Levitt can feel like he's the better quarterback. Yeah, I want you to. Scadaboo can say, nobody could ever stop me. Don't want you to think they can. Charge in there, do your thing. But he just don't say it to people. Don't say it to the press. I don't dig that. I don't care for that. Then I saw these photos. The coaches showed up for a press conference thing. And what's your coach's name? Sarkisian.
Mm-hmm.
That dude looks like a thumb in a suit, doesn't he?
He does.
And then
he recruits well and gets the job done, though.
So no. I mean, he's great. I'm just saying. And then then Dillingham shows up and he doesn't even have a tie on. But you're lucky he's got a sport jacket on. And I was like, looks like the guy who showed up late for the interview and still thinks he's going to get the job. That's. So, I mean, but we're all playing our part. That's ASU. That's Texas Longhorns. Okay, whatever. By the way, what is the actual name of that school?
Which
for the Longhorns?
The University of Texas.
University of Texas. So you're the UOT. The UOT versus ASU. I can see why they don't go by that.
It's just more UT. You don't really say that.
UTI versus ASU.
The of. Really.
The what?
You don't really abbreviate the of in it, so it's just UT.
Getting close to as annoying as Ohio State right now. Just want you to know that.
No, it's not. It's not just Texas. It's the same thing for every state school. The University of Alabama.
We're not talking about every state school.
I'm just saying.
We're talking about your horrible school here.
Nobody abbreviates the of. That's every school that's like that. Alabama doesn't do it. Georgia doesn't do it.
Does.
Okay, they're weird.
They are dumb.
Yeah,
that's true.
Don't compare us to them.
Yeah. No, I apologize. That's too far. That's too far.
It's like they do. That's exactly proving my point.
Yeah,
Thank you very much.
I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it.
Nobody else does that.
Yeah. All right. So, what's the current betting line? Is it still 12.5 in favor of Texas, or is it shifted?
Yeah, 12.5 is still the last one I saw. Yeah, I'm looking at it right now on BetMGM. 12.5.
I didn't even print up a new sheet from yesterday, so nothing's changed. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Good to know. Any injuries that we should know about that we didn't know about before? I know our star wide receiver went the way of the Gimpy, but I don't know. Is there anything going on with Texas we need to know? Is there anything going on with ASU that we need to know?
As far as injuries for Texas, I don't think so. I'm pretty sure Texas is going to be essentially healthy. And then as far as ASU, I think that there was their safety Simmons. I can't remember his name right now. He got suspended for targeting, so he'll be out for a half in this game. So there will be a freshman in his spot for the first half.
That's your chance.
That's
your only chance.
I'm pretty sure that's exactly where they're going to go first.
That's what I would imagine.
You find a freshman on the field, you just go ahead and test him and see what he can do. And if he can't stop you, you just go right back there again.
I ain't happy about that. Anyway, so ASU has won their last 5 games. Texas, not so much. But you're favored.
Thanks,
so
Georgia.
You feel kind of confident going into this thing, I'm sure. And
emphasis on the kind of.
Yeah.
It's not an extreme confidence. It's not a high level of confidence. I am deeply concerned.
Yeah. So here's some of the other scores right now. I guess some meaningless football was happening today, right? It was all meaningless, wasn't it? Or is anything meaningful? None of it was meaningful, right? That's all happening tomorrow.
I mean,
meaningless happened today.
Meaningless happened today. There is a meaningful today.
Which one's that?
The Boise State Penn State.
Why is that meaningful?
It's a playoff game.
So that's the other one.
So
there's only 2 more left. Before you go to the championship. We're at the 4 spot, right? I mean, this is ASU versus Longhorns is 1. It's the semifinals, right? Or did I read this wrong?
Yeah, I think you might have read that wrong.
Okay, hold on here. I thought this was it, and then after this,
we have ASU, Texas, Oregon, Ohio State, Boise State, Penn State, and then Georgia and Notre Dame.
Hold on, let me bring up a bracket.
That's the quarterfinals we're at, I think.
That's what I'm saying. Oh, okay, I see. The next one is the semifinal or the quarterfinals. No, I get it now.
Yeah.
And so Boise and Penn State is today. Potatoes versus Kitty Rapers, as has been pointed out. Well, that's Penn State.
I mean, it's true, but geez.
The Peaches versus the Hunchbacks. That's happening later tonight. Georgia and Notre Dame, and then Oregon will easily beat those losers. That's also going to happen. That's a given, right? Oregon's just going to destroy.
I personally think, I don't know if Oregon's going to destroy because that just isn't really their style. If they're playing a good team, they just get in front of you and then keep the lead. But I think they're winning. Yeah. They've already done it.
They got to save their strength for ASU. That's all I'm going to say. Or someone. I mean,
if you believe it's ASU, you believe it's ASU.
I don't know what to believe. And neither do you.
I don't either. No, that's 100% correct. I don't have, like I said, I don't have the confidence in this. It's just funny to me that the ASU fans trash talking me because you have more confidence than I do. I don't. Just not at all.
Yeah, I'm just looking forward to a good game, and it's on the ESPN tomorrow at 11 a.m. That's all I know. Lost Toby wants to know if there's going to be a Thursday or a Friday show. There will be both. We will be back on Thursday and Friday. I'm going to tell you right now, though, I'm not into this today.
It does feel like the mail it in kind of day.
No, I'm just saying we may end up early. We may be like, to hell with this. We're going to network. Places to go, things to drink. I'm not even kidding. Don't kid you. If you think I won't hit the buttons necessary to put this to network, you are sadly mistaken.
You're not going to hear any complaining from me.
Seriously, even Ralph was texting me. He's like, I thought for sure you wouldn't be working today. I'm like, I just made horrible choices. I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know why I did this. I honestly don't know why we're here. Just no idea. But that's fine. While we're here, there's some stuff to talk about. When we run out of that stuff, bye. I'll Irish goodbye you. We may not even say anything. I might just, as Keon's talking, I'll just click through the computer and turn us off. Nothing.
If I hear a Vizin voice,
it's over.
I guess I'll be seeing Jeffrey Thursday, and that
camera goes dark. I'm out. Again, not kidding. Oh, by the way, did you give away tickets? Did you give away tickets in the last show?
We did not give away tickets in the last show.
What are you going to do that on? When are those for? This for next Saturday? When's those tickets for?
Yeah, they're for Saturday.
Okay. Well, we should probably, should we give some away today?
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense.
Do you
Let's
have
see.
them?
Yeah, I do have them. I'm trying to make sure
don't
I've
get
got.
all sweaty. I'm not going to make you take phone calls.
Oh no. I'm just trying to. I accidentally opened up the parking pass email, and I'm trying to figure out how many tickets we have.
Well, here's what we have. If you're taking the two of them, that means we got. There's 3 pairs plus. Oh, wait. Yeah, are you taking a parking pass? I don't. Are you going to this game?
I don't think so, actually.
Let me bring up the. If you're not going, so here's the deal. We got 3 parking passes, and we've got 3 pairs of tickets, maybe a 4-pack, depending on what you do. And so, yeah, what was I going to say? Yeah, parking passes, tickets, and which game is this, by the way? ASU versus Colorado. Now, this is basketball, everybody. Basketball. Let's see. No, Hefty Lefty, you should not swing by and tag me out. People on Twitter are like, "Hey, we'll come to your show," because I got into the dumbest conversation. My own fault. I was just sort of I don't know what you should call it, venting. I just was on the Twitter. I had a headache today, and I'm very tired. I didn't get a good night's sleep, so I was like, I'll read what I said. I said, so bleep this year, bleep last year, bleep next year, and bleep all years. I got a headache. I'm tired on New Year's instead of New Year's Day. That's when you're supposed to have your headache and be tired, is the next day. If you've drank too much and stayed up too late. And then some of the listeners start tweeting me. And Charles like, well, I got to take the kids to the mall. You got it easy. My day went from organizing the garage to babysitting. I was like, you got it easy. I got to work all day. Then I got to do the 3-hour slapping, dancing monkey show at 3 p.m. I'd rather have your day any day. He's like, dude, you talk on the radio. That's easy street. Me and Jim P would trade places any day. Even Ralph is moving over. I said, listen, I don't hit it as physical as you guys, but I got a full 8 hours of fairly intense work before I even cracked the mic. And we were talking about today. I was not talking about your job versus my job. I'd rather take the kids to the mall and putter about in the garage than do this today. And then Jim P's like, I work 10-hour days. I said, dude, you work harder, but I work 12-hour days. And then they're like, damn, Jeffrey, we need a behind the scenes. I said, yeah, my wife suggested it, but I thought it would be boring.
It is boring. You're like doing paperwork. It's most of the stuff you do before you do this show. It's not interesting.
I don't know if it's paper as much as it's computer
work. Okay, fair enough.
It's stuff, but you're right. It's administrative, but it's there's a lot.
Yeah. No,
I'm not complaining. People who are listening right now, just understand, Keon and I know you work physically harder than we do, period. Yeah. There is no doubt about it. If you've seen my body lately, there's proof. That doesn't mean we don't work hard and we don't work long hours.
Yeah, that's like one of the things that, sometimes when I fill in for you, people are like, Jeffrey takes so much vacation. And I'm like, and I still wouldn't trade my job for your job. Your job has way more stuff that I don't want to do.
Well, there's a lot more ass pain in my job. Yeah. I don't mean because of sitting. I mean, just pains in the asses,
Yeah, you can keep it.
So anyway, but no, again, respect for everyone out there who works for a living. As much as I feel like I work hours, you work harder. That's all I'm going to say. First chance I get, we're walking the hell out. Pickle D says, just tuned in. Not sure if you've already talked about this, but Bama belongs in the CFP. And he says, friggin' clowns. Alabama's friggin' clowns? Okay.
Alabama just lost to Michigan.
Oh, did they?
They did. And
I was going to bring up the scores.
Last second drive, they couldn't get it done on 4th and 10, game over. Walk-off Wolverines. Yeah.
Wow.
And just like that, Kalen DeBoer, first year at Alabama, and he's already on the hot seat.
Number 11, Alabama, 19-13, downed by Michigan in the ReliaQuest Bowl?
The ReliaQuest Bowl, which is not even the silliest bowl name of the bowl names this year. So,
well, in the Kinders Texas Bowl, LSU beat Baylor 34-17. Right now, in the
actually, that's halftime.
Oh, is that?
LSU,
that looked like a final score.
It looks like a final score. LSU
I should probably zoom in on my screen.
They've got more points to score. It's going to get ugly.
That's a lot of points.
Yeah.
Let's see here. This looks like it's a fourth quarter for Louisville and Washington. Louisville on top, 35-28. And then over here,
What's this? South Carolina's 10 versus Illinois is 7 in the third quarter. So that's happening. I don't know. Is there anything else out there going on? Any more meaningless football?
That's about it.
It's always been the thing where there's too many bowl games. I like just let's focus on some playoffs. Let's focus on the football that matters. Get rid of all this useless just clutter.
I mean, these bowl games existed before we had a playoff.
I don't care. We don't need the Cheez-It Bowl. We don't need the Tony the Tiger Bowl. We don't need the ReliaQuest Bowl. We don't need the Ken Kinders Texas Bowl or the Toilet Bowl. Let's just do the playoffs, man. That's it.
I know. I like the bowl games.
Yeah, people who like college football do, but you're going to start to feel the sense of pointlessness to it. It's like you're watching a bleep load of Pro Bowls.
I think you just pick and choose what you want, and they're more intense than the Pro Bowls. the Pro Bowl, nobody hits in the Pro Bowl. These players, whether you think they're good players or not or whatever, are trying. The guys that suit up and got on the field actually are trying to play football. The Pro Bowl's vacation, and it looks like vacation.
Who the hell is this? Oh, okay. Listen, 6019 says Happy New Year's, everybody. By the way, Happy New Year. We're getting to it. I mean, it's been 18 minutes. We're getting to it. If you have a New Year's resolution, a real one, you can share it with us. I'm kind of curious. I don't ever do them. I like to say because I'm so perfect, I don't need them. A lot of people say that. I don't mean it. So then more, it's just I know I have no willpower to. If I ain't doing it already, I'm probably not going to be doing it after. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if you want to tell us if you've got one, by all means. But 6019 did have a texter nickname request, which I will not do. And so you need to make us a new one. That was the one that wanted the U of A slogan, baby.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I'm not doing it.
You know what this show is.
We used to have a guy on here that did it, and then he got angry and left. I've never been happier that he's gone. So I don't have to say it anymore. There's several things about his name I didn't care for.
And because his name is taken, no one else can have it. So it's great.
So 6019, you might want to, wait a minute. Oh, I think he's a Bears fan. Oh, you're a Bears fan. So that's why you were saying that. Still can't say it. So something else Bears related, and we'll make that happen. Understand, it's nothing personal towards you or your NFL team. I just hate you, Arizona, too much. Too much. Way too much. Irish for me says, go Irish. You always say that.
I mean, they are playing, so it's probably more relevant than usual.
Know, but he always says it.
He
always says it. Are they going to win?
Yeah.
Okay. Half the lefty says, I think that's why the Rose Parade is so successful on TV. People are so tired and hungover to even change the channel off the all-day repeat of the parade there, you know. Well played, Rose Parade Committee. Well played. Is that what happens?
I guess.
Lost Toby says, I might have some Cardinals Niners tickets for you guys to give away. He says, I don't work harder.
There's some people who don't.
I'll take them tickets. Wait, are you serious? I'll take the tickets if you. Are you just? Is he just kidding?
I have no idea.
I'll take the tickets. How many tickets you got there, Toby? He said the giveaway, so you can't charge me for them just because it's me.
After last night, I guess looking at the Niners right now it'd be hard to look at them too if that was my team.
Either way, it's for me. It's just hard to look at. But maybe I don't know if they're good tickets. Maybe my wife wants to go.
Yeah,
I don't know. I mean, hell, let's talk, Toby. Number one Rattlers fan says, this is my New Year's resolution every year, and I achieve it, and I consider it to be the best one I ever made. A New Year's resolution to never use pennies. I'm just going to round up. I'm going to round down. No, that's solid.
Yeah, that's solid.
Yeah. I don't know if I've had pennies in my pocket in over 10 years, maybe longer.
I've got a few around. I never used them.
Yeah. I mean, there's some I'm like, holy crap, that's an old penny, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But outside of that, there's no need for pennies.
My little change holder in my car has pennies, and it's the same pennies that have been there for like a decade.
I mean, I would probably have some in the ashtray of my vehicle in case I wanted to get a handful and just chuck them at some U of A fans as I drive by. Make it rain.
Hail.
Mhm. Big Kev says, rooting for Penn State tonight, rooting for them to win the Natty. Their quarterback coach went to the same high school as me back home in North Carolina. And he says he was a great guy. I actually helped as his videographer for some of his quarterback camps that he'd run back home in the offseason whenever he wasn't in Canada, back when he played in the CFLs several years ago. Well, I mean, you do what you want to do, and I get it. But the history of the school still sort of looms. Random texter says, hey, Jeffrey, can you have a remote live somewhere so I can bring all the sports equipment that I have to you? No, that makes me even less likely to have a remote now. People just want to clean out their garages and chuck it in my, no.
just have a yard sale.
I told you, Arizona Sports Angels is taking a pause on collecting sports equipment. I mean, unless it's like golf clubs, then we can give that to a golf team directly, like boom, boom, done. But we that turned into a huge. We found it's easier to accept money and then take that money, and then what we do with the money is we buy a bunch of equipment and we just get it right to the schools directly. We don't have a warehouse, and I just finally have gotten my garage under control. So it's more about people. We don't have enough people to do stuff. So. Yeah, my wife is glaring at me now. Let's see. Oh, random texter has golf clubs. Okay, I guess we could figure that out. And no, I don't golf, so don't act like I'm stealing golf clubs. 6019 says, believe in monsters or a monster of the West Valley. It's a long ass name. I mean, if I think monster of the West Valley would be, but can you? Is there a way to shorten it?
Monster of the Valley, maybe?
Yeah.
Because like how many monsters of the Valley could there be? That you have to specify between East and West.
True. But then there's a lot of monsters. Yeah, okay, I'm not going to go there.
Fair.
Got to take a break. When we come back, listen, we've got the winner of the picks contest to talk about, and the current standings, and we also have all the winners of the Daily Blender Fantasy Football Leagues. I have all the champions right here. And using my mathematic formulas, I've already picked the 3 listeners that are coming into the Premier League. And Rosalie Michaels will be coming back into the Premier League. And I will be leaving. I don't feel good about this.
Look, you had a down year. You had an injury year.
Worst year of my entire life. Sure. Why not? Anyways, come on back, kids. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Hey, sports fans. This is Dylan Cohen.
And I'm Keon Rose. And we're bringing you Beat the Book every weekday from 2 to 3 in the afternoon.
So if you want the latest betting picks, advice, and analysis that's sharp as a knife.
Or at least sharper than Dylan's last pick on the Cardinals.
Oh, you've got jokes, huh? Maybe you're feeling bold now that your Commanders actually look decent this season.
Hey, even a broken clock's right twice a day, right?
Well, tune in to Beat the Book with us, Dylan Cohen and Keon Rose, every weekday from 2 to 3 on 1580 The Fanatic.
Brought to you by Sport Trade, the newest sports book in Arizona.
I've just been feeling so sluggish lately. You should try the Metamucil 2-week challenge. The Metamucil 2-week challenge? Yeah, Metamucil 4-in-1 fiber helps trap and remove the waste that weighs you down. Start your daily routine now, and in 2 weeks, you could be feeling great. Well, it's been 2 weeks. How you feeling? Lighter and feeling great.
If you want to feel lighter by promoting digestive health, sign up to take the 2-week challenge at metamucil.com. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hi, I'm Dr. Peter Stahl, board-certified urologist and senior vice president of men's sexual health at HIMSS. I've helped many guys with ED in my 12 years of practice. But now you can get world-class care for ED 100% online by going to hims.com. So what are you waiting for?
To start your free online visit and find ED treatment at up to 95% off brand name prices, go to hims.com/joy.
It's fall football season, and Kasai Japanese Steakhouse is doubling down. Now with 2 Valley locations. When it comes to Asian cuisine, no one does it better and more authentic than Kasai, where talented Teppan chefs create the food, the fire, and the fun of teppanyaki. Kasai Japanese Steakhouse isn't just dinner, it's dinnertainment.
a memorable dining experience where a delicious 7-course meal is prepared right at your table with flair. It's a perfect choice for celebrations, date nights, or a night on the town. Choose from over 30 different items and combinations of teppanyaki, Asian fusion, and innovative sushi. Happy Hour is always on fire and offered daily with specials on their Asian-inspired comfort food like Korean steak tacos, Mongolian barbecue ribs, and signature Wagyu beef sliders. Always a memorable dinner, or catch the game in a bite at the bar at Kasai. Now the 2 locations, Scottsdale Road in Thunderbird and in Peoria at the 101 in Northern. Go to KasaiTeppen.com. That's KASAI Teppen.com, or search Kasai on your mobile phone.
The GCU men's basketball squad is coming off their winningest season in 35 years, their 3rd trip to the NCAA tournament in 4 years, and their first ever NCAA tournament victory. Returning 4 of their 5 starters in Ray Harrison, Colin Moore, Duke Brennan, and reigning WAC Player of the Year Tyon Grant Foster, the Lopes look to defend their WAC titles and make a run to the Sweet 16. With a non-conference slate including Stanford, Georgia, and crosstown rival Arizona State, you won't want to miss a moment of the action. So join me, Michael Potter, and Lopes insider Paul Coro all season long right here on the home of the Lopes, 1580 The Fanatic. Lopes up.
Today, Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. In a bit, we're going to talk about the Suns, and we're going to talk about GCU, and we're going to talk about football and some other assorted things. We run out of things to talk about. We're turning it off. We're going to put to network. We're just going to go on our merry way and have our New Year's. I'm not kidding.
I like this.
Not.
I'm not. I'm delighted by this idea. I don't think you're kidding.
I don't know what I was thinking scheduling this show today. Anywho,
because whenever you decide we're done, I'm getting my drink on early. That's all that's happening.
Do it, yeah. So 60-19. I can't call him what he wants to be called, just out of my hatred for you, Arizona. And then he says, "Okay, how about this idea?" He says, "Believe in monsters, or monsters of the West Valley." And it seemed a bit long. He says, "Well, I don't know. How about Claw'em? Claw'em? How about Monster Claw? What about Monster Claw? How's that?" Or something, I don't know. Help me out here. You could use the word bear, just not with the word
or
down.
bear claw, which is
bear claw would be good.
Yeah. Bears are badass. Bear claws are scary, and bear claws are delicious foods. Exactly.
Yeah. How about bear claw?
I don't know a Midwesterner that doesn't like a good bear claw. Who doesn't?
I dig it. Good job. Well done. Lacrosse guy says, "Happy New Year's, guys. Go Devils. Looking forward to week 0 in college lacrosse this February. Will Notre Dame three-peat?" Well, if they do, it'll be here on 1580 The Fanatic. You'll like this, lacrosse guy. We are playing the lacrosse championships. That's right.
Oh, that's awesome.
Like just the championships. like the semifinals and the championships. I think we're airing 3 lacrosse games. Contractually obligated by Westwood One Communications. That's right. Because to get the NCAA tournament, we got to give them something else too. You know what I mean? They give, we give. And we're giving lacrosse guy his dream come true.
You're welcome.
Lacrosse on radio. Anyway.
I wonder how that sounds, actually. I wonder if like the broadcast is good and all that. I might check it out.
Not a clue. We'll find out. I mean, Westwood One is doing it.
Yeah, so they're usually solid about that.
Doubt is going to be Kevin Harlan.
If it's Kevin Harlan, that's appointment listening. Because Kevin Harlan doing lacrosse, I would have to hear that. I would pay to hear that.
Was Kevin Harlan calling the game where the duck was on the field just the other day?
The duck?
I don't
remember. I don't remember, actually.
He seems to get all the animals on the field games, or people running around in the fields. He's always seems to be that guy, and he's always amazing when he does it. Let's see. Pickle D, I got to pre-read that. He wrote me a big old text and says, "Hey, here's something funny." I want to make sure it really is before I read that. Beer Bob says 4th most points scored this year, but 2nd in points scored against equals 7th place finish. Just shows it's not who you play, it's when you play them. No, I've had years like that, man.
Oh, you better believe it.
I've had years where I had an amazing team and I should have beat everybody, but I would have beat everybody but the people I was playing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I had the most points for, but couldn't beat hardly anybody in a game. Everybody had their best week specifically against me.
I didn't do as bad that year as I did this year, but boy, was that frustrating. So I know how you feel, Beer Bob.
Mm-hmm.
Lacrosse guy says, fantastic. Keon, ready for the college lacrosse dance party every Friday for a full hour?
Oh, well, first off, I don't think I could do 5 minutes of college lacrosse dance party. I
just
don't
don't learn, Keon. Just do what I do. Just say yes.
I don't know enough about
Hell
lacrosse.
yeah, lacrosse guy.
Absolutely.
Be there. Fantastic.
You're going to be so disappointed in me.
All right. Kiss the Cook says week 0. The hell's week 0? We do not acknowledge a week 0 in football. Definitely damn ain't doing it for lacrosse. No. Just a solid no right there.
I just like to pretend that week 1 is just a very long week.
I mean,
just a real long week 1, because that's how it ends up counting out anyway.
Is there ever going to be an end to the week 0 BS?
Probably not. Just there are some teams that otherwise wouldn't get eyeballs on them.
Why does lacrosse need this?
Oh, I don't know.
That seems
you can't ask me that. You're gonna have to ask lacrosse guy. Lacrosse guy.
It's pointless for football. It's got to feel even more pointless for lacrosse. Who's the biggest lacrosse school right now? Keon, do you know? Just say it. Don't look it up. Just say
no,
it.
I'm just going to say, because lacrosse guy just said
Duke?
Notre Dame might three-peat. I'm going to say Notre Dame.
Oh, see, that's cheating.
he just said it.
Oh, lacrosse guy says, no, I actually made that up about week 0.
Oh, okay.
Well, now I feel better. I do feel better. Lost Toby says, I scored 2,000 points in Blender League, and I think I finished 5th. It happens. It does happen. Let's see here. Number 1 Rattlers fan says, do you know who's considered to be the absolute best lacrosse player in college lacrosse history? None other than Jim Brown. Boy, I could believe that.
Yeah. Guy's an insanely good athlete.
He probably put some people in the hospital.
I bet. Scary.
Big Kev says, just give lacrosse guy a college dance party segment for lacrosse season. Issue solved. John Hopkins would probably be one of the biggest lacrosse schools. Let me just answer these things in order. No and okay. Ziggy says,
if you say so.
Ziggy says, why the hell did I sit Kyler Murray in this championship? Stupid. I don't know that it was stupid, but yeah, I'll let people know. Ralph did win the Premier League fantasy football championship.
Might have been a little bit stupid. I have Kyler in another league, and even when he's bad in real life, the rushing numbers he puts up, he's always got fantasy value. So he's a good fantasy QB, even if he's not great in actual life.
Yeah, he sat Kyler Murray against the Rams, and he played Stafford against the Cardinals.
Ugh.
Yeah, I would have expected,
because Kyler just running around out there gets you something. Even when he's bad throwing the football, you could watch Kyler in real life, and this has happened to me all season. You watch him in real life, and you're like, oh, he's awful. And then you look at the fantasy numbers, and you're like, oh, never mind. That's a good 40 points from Kyler Murray.
Well, let me do the math here. So he would have had 110 plus Kyler Murray's 24 and a half. So he had a 134. That would have been enough to win. If he'd have played Kyler Murray, he would have won the Super Bowl.
I do tend to agree with Scott, the fantasy football king, which is that if you have a guy that has the rushing upside, you just do that. Just do it.
Also, Jalen Warren on your bench, that didn't help you.
Yikes. Yeah.
That didn't help you. He had Malik Neighbors, though. That was good. Anyway,
happens.
What were we doing here? Let me get back to the text. So I'm trying to get to stuff, but everybody keeps texting in here. Pickle D says, I never let you down in my previous funny stories. I know, Pickle D, but when my joke was about chucking pennies at some U of A people on the street, I got to be careful with what comes next. You know what I mean? All right, I'll read it. Let's see what happens.
Oh, no.
Let's just see what happens.
All right, let's see.
He says, your penny chucking comment reminded me of a funny story. When I was 19 years old, walking home from a 14-hour workday on Mill and University, waiting for the crosswalk to change, I got popped right in the back of the head. I immediately reached back there and thought I'd been shot, as it was wet and gooey. I looked at my hand, then down at the ground. I realized what happened. I've been dive-by egged right to the back of the dome. Wasn't funny at the time, but now I can laugh about it. Okay, I thought this was going to end up with you like pelting some homeless people or something.
Yeah.
So
or just admitting to a crime, which we, don't do that.
that ain't funny. I'd still be mad about that.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to get hit by an egg.
Maybe we just have higher pettiness levels than most people, but I would still be thinking about that. And if I ever found the person that threw that egg at me years later,
there'd be paper signs on telephone poles, looking. Beer Bob says, my wife did our budget and totaled all the money we've spent on booze this year. So my New Year's resolution is not buying any booze next year. So anyway, I'm on the way to the store to load up the liquor cabinet today. Yeah.
Because it's still this year.
Yeah. Get that done today. Commando Duke says, congratulations to Fighting Wampa in League 7. We're going to get to that. He says, yeah, I kicked my tail in the finals. He says, I will be better next year. You can always hope. Beer Nut says, good afternoon and happy New Year's to y'all and the radio listeners. Since I'm the champion in League 12, does this mean I move up leagues? He says, I've been in League 12 for 3 years now. Let me take a look here. Now, actually, it's been calculated already, and I'm going to tell you in a moment. So hold on. Lost Toby says, week 0 is a college thing that comes from the class. Oh, we know this, Toby. We know, by the way, were you serious about your Cardinal tickets or not? He says it's the week professors cover the syllabus, gives the students a chance to leave the class before actual instruction happens. What? I thought you were talking about sports. Got real quiet.
I think
even my dogs stopped playing. They're just staring at me
what's
like
with this seriousness.
Like, what the hell's Toby talking about? Yeah. Don't worry, it's college stuff. You're not smart enough to get in. Yeah, all right. So let's go ahead and do all the. Oh no, we're up against the break. Okay. When we come back from the break, I swear to God, we're going to tell you all about the picks contest and all about who won in fantasy football and who made it to the Premier League for next year. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
They're going to go nuts when he hits this thing.
It went in. The People's Open is back. See the PGA Tour's best tee it up at the 2025 WM Phoenix Open February 3rd through the 9th at TPC Scottsdale. Get tournament and ticket info at WMPhoenixOpen.com. WMPhoenixOpen.com.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side, your Sleep Number setting. And now it's our lowest price of the season on our top-selling i8 smart bed. Your best savings plus special financing, exclusively at a Sleep Number store near you. All Sleep Number smart beds offer temperature solutions for your best sleep. Learn more at sleepnumber.com.
It's fall football season, and Kasai Japanese Steakhouse is doubling down. Now with 2 Valley locations. When it comes to Asian cuisine, no one does it better and more authentic than Kasai, where talented Teppan chefs create the food, the fire, and the fun of teppanyaki. Kasai Japanese Steakhouse isn't just dinner, it's dinnertainment. A memorable dining experience where a delicious 7-course meal is prepared right at your table with flair. It's a perfect choice for celebrations, date nights, or a night on the town. Choose from over 30 different items and combinations of teppanyaki, Asian fusion, and innovative sushi. Happy hour is always on fire and offered daily with specials on their Asian-inspired comfort food like Korean steak tacos, Mongolian barbecue ribs, and signature Wagyu beef sliders. Always a memorable dinner, or catch the game and a bite at the bar at Kasai. Now with 2 locations, Scottsdale Road in Thunderbird, and in Peoria at the 101 in Northern. Go to KasaiTeppan.com. That's Kasai Teppan.com, or search Kasai on your mobile phone.
My name is Mary Grace. I lost my mom to Alzheimer's in 2017. 2 months after losing her, my dad was diagnosed. The earlier the diagnosis you have, the more time you have with your loved one. With my dad, now that I know what's coming, I'm able to create memories not only for him, but for myself. So when he can't remember, I'll remember for him.
For more information, contact us at alz.org or through the 24/7 helpline at 800-272-3900. Sponsored by the Alzheimer's Association.
With all the school supplies your child will need over the years, it can be easy to overlook the most important one of all, money, which is a good reason to open an AZ 529 education savings plan. Whether you invest $15 or $150 a month, Your money grows tax-free. By the time your little one is ready for college, vocational school, or workforce training, they'll have all the savings they need to get the job of their dreams. Visit az529.gov to get started.
This message is sponsored by the Office of the Arizona State Treasurer.
1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Arizona's new home for sports.
Hey, Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. All right, that 6019 has said that Bear Claw, he says, that works. I don't think he's that thrilled about it. I don't get thrilled about it vibes. But I'll tell you what, if you can think of something better, Bears related, that's not like way long, then I'll let you change it. So, but for now, you're Bear Claw, if that's okay. I like Bear Claw, to be honest.
I like it a lot.
So, well, of course you did. It was your idea.
That's true.
Mm-hmm. I wanted, what was I going to say? Monster Claw. Monster Claw
which is also a really cool one, too.
My idea. But, what do I know? 888-368-1580. So, yes, Bear Claw is now in the house. I guess he's been in the house for a while because he's been in our Daily Blender Fantasy Football League and stuff. Sorry, I'm having a little problem with the text line here. Let's go ahead and I'll come back to the text line here in a moment. I'm going to let everybody know what happened in the picks contest. So your weekly picks winner for week 17 is Brett Maverick, who, by the way, is in third place with 185 right on the year. This week, he had 15 right. Now, that's great. 7 other people also had 15 right. And Brett Maverick just won the tiebreaker. So congratulations to him, and he'll get that $50 gift certificate or gift card to Kasai Japanese Steakhouse. Vike Sholo still in the lead, 187 right, ahead of Brodog, who has 186. And then, like I said, Brett Maverick, NFL Blitzer, and Tony Baloney, those 3 have 185. After that, C. Bacher and Eleni, fighting Eleni, right? Right? Eleni?
Illini.
Yeah. Oh, Illini. Okay, fine. Mm-hmm. I always forget. Anyways, 184. Oaktown Destroyer, Random Texter, and myself. I'm still in the top 10, barely. I just sort of, I really didn't pay that close attention last week because I was off. But so now I'm at 182. So is Puckered Starfish, Bear Fan 51, and M. Dapser, whatever that is. All right, so there you go. That's where things are. Anything can happen, but after this next week, week 18, it becomes really tough to move up or move down.
Yeah.
But when you're up there and you're only 1 point ahead of the guy behind you, it's easy to lose that lead too, even with true. Just a handful of games. So that's where things stand right now. Vike Sholo still has 187 right, and there you go. By the way, I had 11 right this week, so that's how I got to 182. Keon had more picks right than anybody on the show. He had 13 right, bringing him up to 169. Ralph, still ahead of you just by a few. He had 12 right, so he has 172, but Ralph, I have 10 more than him, so he can suck it.
And Ralph used to be ahead of me by 6.
Yeah, you've done well. And
just been shaving a little bit off every week. And then, of course, he whatever, God, was it one of the Christmas games? There was or a Thursday night game. He missed a pick on one of those. He didn't pick that game. And
I saw that. Yeah,
yeah. Well,
he did that again this week too.
Bad for him.
Forgot the Thursday pick.
Oh no.
And so Randy, he got 10 right, which is not too bad. And beat the book Dylan, he had 9 right. So that is how things went for us with the picks. Now, moving on to the fantasy football. Okay, people are going to be, here's what happens. People think that just because they win the championship in their league, that they will automatically be hoisted up to the Premier League. I keep telling you, people, that's not how it works. What happens is once you win, you have a chance to move up. But then there's mathematical computations, which include your performance in playoffs.
your performance in the Super Bowl, your points for, your points against, those things come into consideration, your record. All these things are calculated together to decide who gets to go to the Premier League. The dominant teams get to go to the Premier League. And, we had to look at some of the point totals for League 9. Turned out there was a discrepancy in how the points were totaled there, which made their points less than everybody else's. But I still took that into consideration, made adjustments, but I was able to, sort out things. So, but let me just first tell you who won what. All right. Because people like to hear when they win something, right? So let's just give them at least their flowers on that. In the Premier League, Ralph and his wise guys won. He was an 8-6 team. I'm doing this now when he's not on the show.
So we can pretend that this never happened.
Yeah. He texted me last night. I want the trophy presentation on the Super Bowl show. And I said, no. I said, the trophies are given in August and on my show. And he's like, whoa. I said, by the way, you might have done better asking rather than demanding. And he's like, oh. So no, I probably would have done it if he had asked nicely.
Yeah.
So now he's got to wait till August. Anyway, 8-6. Not a great showing, but like we say, all you got to do is get in the playoffs.
And the thing with Ralph's team too is when they were good, they were really good. Like the games that he won pretty convincingly. The 6 losses, but when he was those 8 he throttled people.
His point total for the Super Bowl was only 132.9. You had 200 points in the last game you played.
Yeah, just underachieved the wrong week.
Yeah, I was
against
like, wow,
Ralph. I just had a down week that week when I played Ralph.
Here's when you show up, Keon.
I would have beaten Ralph. And I looked at it throughout the season. I would have beaten Ralph just about every week we played, except the weeks I played Ralph. And I don't know what to do about that. Don't know what to do about it.
Better luck next year.
Yeah,
at least you get to stay in the Premier League.
That's true, which I'll take because
yeah, his winning points in the Super Bowl were one of the lowest that we had. By the way, I didn't have to tell you that. I just wanted to.
Yeah,
I
like hearing it.
1, Kaler, who used to do your job, Kaler's Quitters, he won his.
He named the team that.
Yeah, because we just call him Quitter Kaler, so that's what he named his
He
team.
just leaned into it. All right, fair enough.
Why not? In League 2, Obi-Wan Kenobi, he won. In League 3, Box of Redemption used to be in the Premier League. He won that one. Blue Magic in League 4. Donnie and Scoldgers won in League 5. So I'm out of the Premier League. No way in hell am I going to League 5.
Well, that's true. You could choose wherever you go.
Yeah,
really. So if you want to just stay the hell away from Donnie, you can absolutely do that.
There's a couple of people I'm going to be avoiding. In League 6, Horn Ninja. In League 7, Fighting Wampa. In League 8, Fecal Mist. League 9, Saquon D's, and I'm not reading the rest of his name.
Oh my God, why?
Yeah. And then in League 10, Dicker's Nuts. Like he had a bag of peanuts.
Yeah. Planters.
By the way, Dicker's Nuts had the worst record of any champion team. He was 6-8.
What was going on in that league?
6-8, and he got in there. I don't know. I'm going to go back and just really kind of take a look. I didn't have time.
Did everybody have a bad year? Because wow.
No. Yeah, in that league maybe. Let's see. League 11, Turd Ferguson, and then in League 12, Beer Nuts. So those are your champions in the Daily Blender Fantasy Football Leagues. Now I got to tell you who's moving up to the Premier League and who's not. Before I tell you that, I'm going to tell you who's moving out of the Premier League. Me. This might be a good time to retire and just cancel the show.
Oh, no. I mean, I did think about it last year, just like, hey, maybe this is as far as I go.
Mm-hmm. No, I mean the whole show. Just cancel the whole damn thing. Go to network.
This is the moment.
Yeah. Hell with this. got to go play with the pores now. Great. But here's who's going to leave Premier League. This is sad. I am sad about the Berg leaving. The Berg, who has been in the Premier League longer than any of you knuckleheads. But then, the last couple of years, he started talking. He started talking.
Does feel like karma a little bit, because he kept going on about how everyone else was in these USL leagues, and everyone was just like, this is not necessary. You don't have to talk about other people this way. Just focus on your team. You're in the Premier League. Just focus on you.
All I know is I warned him. I did warn him, but now he and I are both on the outs from the Premier League. So is Pinocchio and Sweaty Pants. So that's who's leaving. And to make way for Rosalie Michaels, who is coming back to the Premier League next year. Ralph from Harmon Solar says, wins Premier League with 11th pick in the draft. So suck it, fake Andy Reid. You shouldn't say suck it, fake Andy Reid. That man made you.
That's true.
Bullseye says, oh my goodness, Ralph won Premier League? Oh, he's going to be insufferable all year. I thought about that, and I was like, he's always insufferable.
Nothing's going to change, really.
It's not. What else is new?
In fact, it might take away from him talking about the damn Dodgers so much.
Probably not.
Maybe not, but
So, all right. So now here's who's going in. I told you who's going out. Told you who's won the leagues. Now here's who had the most dominant seasons. Period. Blue Magic in League 4, 12-2 team, and had a great showing in his Super Bowl. You're going to Premier League. Fighting Wampa in League 7 had a really just great year, also 12-2, and had one of the highest points for of anybody in the leagues, and had a really sweet Super Bowl. And then next door neighbor, League 8, Fecal Mist, one of the highest scoring. He had 201 points in his Super Bowl, and he had 2,000 and almost 200. My eyesight's not great. I'm maybe reading this wrong, but he had great points for, and he was a 10-4 team. And that's it. That's who's going up to the Premier League. Now, everybody there gets the $100. Every one of these winners gets $100 from Harmon Solars. That is each. So no matter what, you're getting $100. Ralph, what are you going to do? I wonder what Ralph's going to do with the prize money from Premier League is more. But so what are you going to do with that prize money there, Ralph? Is that you're going to hand that down to kind of like I do whenever I've won the picks contest outright? I didn't get the money. Are you going to hand that down to second place? Or
that seems like the right thing to do.
Or is there a vacation in your future?
That seems like the right thing to do, but we'll see.
So that's it. Blue Magic, Fighting Wampa, Fecal Mist, Rosalie Michaels, all heading back into the Premier League. And I might be joining a league near you for next season. So there you go. 888-368-1580. Lost Toby says, Dicker's Nuts is in my league. The league was mayhem. I scored 2,000. I had 11-3 record and 10-4 team. League made no sense.
Which what he's basically saying is, I probably had the best team. I made it to the playoffs, and then for no reason got dispatched by a 6-8 squad.
Ralph from Harmon Solar says Ziggy will get the $200. So, he wins the prize, the cash prize, 2 years in a row because Ziggy won last year. So,
good for him.
Right. Ziggy will be very happy to hear that, I'm sure. I realize instead of Ralph just texting us, you could invite Ralph to the show if you want.
Okay.
I don't know how much longer we're going to be on air. We might just turn the damn thing off soon, but you can invite him. Commando Duke says, what about keeping your Premier League setup as it is with all the fancy calculations, but create a Champions League for the rest of the champs? I've thought about that. And, I'm not opposed to the idea. We might do that. Actually, Commando Duke, we've talked about that in the past. We should do that. We should at least put it out there as an idea. Some people, if they don't go to Premier League, in fact, someone was supposed to go to Premier League last year, and they're like, please don't do that. I love playing with my son. I love playing with the people in my league. I can't remember which league that was, and I respected that, and we went to the next person up. But just keep in mind, we do this Champions League, you're going to have to play with Donnie. So, just
as a word of warning.
You know what I mean? But yes, you're right, Commando dude.
I think Donnie's self-ban is actually up after tonight.
I might quit the show now. Halfy Lefty says, Blue Magic, you ready? Good, because you're going. Fighting Wampa, you ready? Good, because you're going. Fecal Mist, you ready? Good, because you're going. Rosalie, you ready? Good, because you're going. Man, I would have loved to have one of them ice cream bars. That would have been great. But nope, not me. I'm going the other direction. Everybody, we're going to take this break. When we come back, we got hour 2. It's the Daily Blender. You're on 1580, The Fanatic.
Hey, sports fans, this is Dylan Cohen.
And I'm Keon Rose. And we're bringing you Beat the Book every weekday from 2 to 3 in the afternoon.
So if you want the latest betting picks, advice, and analysis that's sharp as a knife.
Or at least sharper than Dylan's last pick on the Cardinals.
Oh, you've got jokes, huh? Well, maybe you're feeling bold now that your Commanders actually look decent this season.
Hey, even a broken clock's right twice today, right?
Well, tune in to Beat the Book with us, Dylan Cohen and Keon Rose, every weekday from 2 to 3 on 1580 The Fanatic.
Brought to you by Sport Trade, the newest sports book in Arizona.
I've just been feeling so sluggish lately. You should try the Metamucil 2-week challenge. The Metamucil 2-week challenge? Yeah, Metamucil 4-in-1 fiber helps trap and remove the waste that weighs you down. Start your daily routine now, and in 2 weeks, you could be feeling great. Well, it's been 2 weeks. How you feeling? Lighter and feeling great.
If you want to feel lighter by promoting digestive health, sign up to take the 2-week challenge at metamucil.com. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Now open in Scottsdale. It's United Forte Custom Door Showroom with 40,000 Euro doors and hundreds of state-of-the-art designs and finishes on display, plus kitchen cabinets, bathroom vanities, and more, all at wholesale prices. Builders, contractors, designers, and yes, you. Come see our showroom on Greenway Hayden Loop. That's United Forte, Forte. Stop by to see and feel the quality. United Forte Custom Doors. Find us at uporte.com. That's uporte.com.
It's fall football season, and Kasai Japanese Steakhouse is doubling down. Now with 2 valid locations. When it comes to Asian cuisine, no one does it better and more authentic than Kasai, where talented teppanyaki chefs create the food, the fire, and the fun of teppanyaki. Kasai Japanese Steakhouse isn't just dinner, it's dinnertainment. A memorable dining experience where a delicious 7-course meal is paired right at your table with flair. It's a perfect choice for celebrations, date nights, or a night on the town. Choose from over 30 different items and combinations of teppanyaki, Asian fusion, and innovative sushi. Happy hour is always on fire and offered daily with specials on their Asian-inspired comfort food like Korean steak tacos, Mongolian barbecue ribs, and signature Wagyu beef sliders. Always a memorable dinner, or catch the game and a bite at the bar at Kasai. Now the 2 locations, Scottsdale Road in Thunderbird and in Peoria at the 101 in Northern. Go to KasaiTeppen.com. That's Kasai Teppen.com, or search Kasai on your mobile phone.
The GCU men's basketball squad is coming off their winningest season in 35 years, their 3rd trip to the NCAA tournament in 4 years, and their first ever NCAA tournament victory. Returning 4 of their 5 starters in Ray Harrison, Colin Moore, Duke Brennan, and reigning WAC Player of the Year, Tyon Grant Foster, the Lopes look to defend their WAC titles and make a run to the Sweet 16. With a non-conference slate including Stanford, Georgia, and crosstown rival Arizona State, you won't want to miss a moment of the action. So join me, Michael Potter, and Lopes insider Paul Coro all season long right here on the home of the Lopes, 1580 The Fanatic. Lopes up.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K257CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K240 EU Mountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down.
Because it's time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it. All right, everybody, it's 4 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, not alongside Randy White. He's getting an early start on Libation.
Keon Rose is in the control room. You guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580. Well, we invited Ralph, but guess he's not coming. So keep an eye out for him, I guess. Did I say the thing about us in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale? I think it is.
You might have, yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, thank you to Harmon Solar, of course, because we just gave out all the winners of the Daily Blender Fantasy Football Leagues. They always supply the cash prizes for the winners. Every single one will get $100, and Ziggy is getting $200 for winning Premier League. Plus, well, he won't get the trophy though. Ralph will get the trophy. Ziggy is on the text line, says, "I would have rather won 3 leagues in a row, but I'll take it. Good game, Ralph." Yeah, you never say no to the cash prize. You never say no to somebody handing you a wad of money. But Ziggy, Ziggy, you had a great season, and it was a good matchup between you and Ralph. There's Ralph. There he is.
Hello.
Not going to give you any kind of damn fanfare.
What?
Jackhole. Asking me for the trophy on your show. Nuh-uh. That happens on my show.
I was asking, not demanding.
You demanded.
I was not demanding.
Keon, let me read something to you. You just tell me what it sounds like to you.
And remember that I'm married. I don't demand because I'm married.
You demand under your breath.
Maybe under my breath.
Where is it here? Let's see. He says, I want a trophy presentation ceremony on my Super Bowl show. That's all you said. No please, no anything.
That's my way of saying, can we?
Well, it's not
that's
a
not,
way of
that's,
saying
that's
it.
not how we usually say it in English. Typically, when
Keon,
you say
you're just
can,
bitter.
I'm really
Why
not.
is he bitter? He gets to stay in Premier League. I'm
I
out.
just heard his rant about the fact that he lost to me only when he played bad and blah blah blah. So
No, just that the weeks that I played you were the weeks that I had my lowest totals for some reason. I'm not bitter about it. Last season, I fell out of the league. I promise you, I am not.
That's
bitter.
true.
I'm still here.
You could be Jeffrey this year. That's true.
Rosalie Michaels will be coming back into the Premier League, and if she doesn't,
Did she play this year?
Yeah, she played. What league was that? 3? What league was that? 2 or 3?
I think it was 2.
I really feel sad. It's like we threw her there in the dungeon and forgot
just
about
forgot.
her.
Yeah. And she didn't make a big stink about it, so it was very easy to forget. Sorry,
No, she was
Rosalie.
totally cool about it. But I don't honestly. I'll have to go back and look. But
Scott the King should be in our Premier League.
dude, no.
Why?
I don't think dude winning that. We no.
And also, he's in like 15 leagues. He's
Yeah,
fine.
he doesn't need us.
He ain't that. Come on, he's gonna lose leagues, and he loses leagues too.
I mean, he does win by sheer attrition. You know what I mean? He
Just
doesn't
volume.
Yeah. I mean, he's losing, but he's winning. So, anyway, so here's the thing. I knew the moment I announced this, and I announced who was going into the Premier League. Now, there's a whole sheet with math and numbers and everything, and some other factors that aren't on this sheet. There's factors of points for, points against, strength of schedule, all these things they would even use to decide NFL standings. We used for these standings for all the champions. But I knew the minute I said that Blue Magic from League 4 was going Premier League, Fighting Wampa from League 7 was going Premier League, and Fecal Mist from League 8 was going Premier League, that Donnie would bitch about it. Because last year it was Raven Kid. This year, it's Donnie. I demand a recount. I should be in Premier League. It's rigged. Well, if it is rigged, what are you going to do about it?
Isn't there a hard, fast rule? No Viking fans?
Nah.
No,
should be.
because
Donnie's the only annoying one. By the way,
because we have a Viking fan in the Premier League, and he's nice.
I feel like he should be banned from texting for another month because he texted before his
his self-imposed ban was the rest of the year,
and he lost a bet.
I think we still have a few hours left in 24.
Now he
Donnie.
has violated that treaty. So now this is straight up on the up and up. My wife was she was really all over me on this because there was a point differential for League 9. There was something wrong with the scoring, so their stuff all scored a little lower than everybody else's. So I had to make account for that
when we just were able to calculate who was moving up to Premier League. Now their guy didn't make it, but he had a damn good year. But after the calculation, still below the three people who are moving up. So there you have it.
I make sure we get all those names to Harmon so we can get that money out too.
It's going to take me a minute. If you're one of the winners, sending me an email now helps sort of speed up the process. Blender at 1580thefanatic.com. Bullseye says, can you go back to Rosalie as the fantasy expert?
Wow.
Well, see, here's the thing. I know, listen, not everybody is right all the time. Rosalie wasn't right all the time. It happens. You guys just because you maybe have a little bad moment or something, he's not promising you a win every time. And, Rosalie gave bum information and she was always like sorry about it, but we gave her a hard time too. But no, trust me, Fantasy King knows what he's doing.
The only fantasy person I would like to not see for us is a certain expert who seemed to always do his calls from Siege. From a closet. It's just the worst audio.
Well, worst audio and worst attitude.
Yeah.
You guys would fight.
It's just I don't know, somehow Scott can diss you and it's funny.
Oh no, that's a New York thing. I'm good with Scott.
Somehow Siege would do a similar thing and it would be like, man, I would fight you if you were here.
It's like, who the bleep do you think you are?
That guy was funny. That guy was, you and him would go at it. It was hilarious. I
didn't mind it. Wow. I didn't mind it, but I was just like, what the hell
I don't think he seemed to mind it either, but like it just wasn't charming when he did it. It just made me, it was just annoying.
Yeah. He blocked me on Twitter the minute we cut him loose. I was like, yeah, I was cool with him. Let's just understand this reason, that reason. And he's like, nah.
Okay.
Lost Toby says, so you let Rosalie in, but not the king? That's sexism. Hey, what are you going to do about it? That's going to be my answer for everything in 2025. Yeah, what are you going to do about it?
And I don't think Scott asked to be in our league. I don't think he cares to. He just wants to be on the show and give us advice.
Berg says, it has been an absolute honor to be the longest reigning fourth dimension listener in Premier League. On to the USL League, and congratulations to all the Premier League in 2025. See, the thing is, I kind of wanted to go with Berg where he went. Then I thought, no, I don't want to compete against Berg and ruin his chance of getting into the Premier League. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
so
would you really ruin his chance?
Listen, dude, I have been far better at fantasy football for longer than you. I've had a rough run. I've been, since you even known me, I was usually in the top four.
Yeah, but you haven't won one in the last 10 years.
It's not that easy in Premier League.
I know it's not. That's why I won.
But I've been watching all these other leagues. I'm going to win there. I have no doubt I'm going to do well whatever league I come and take over.
I thought Kian was going to get me on the point total list this last week. He had 205, I think, right?
Oh, he totally just destroyed you on that.
No, I have the top total for the year in the Premier League.
But you don't understand. They stopped counting.
No, I'm just looking for that 1 week total where they have the team that scored the most points in the season one time for a week. It's on the app.
You're saying, I see what you're saying. The highest point total for the entire season, one game.
Yes, one game.
Man, are you petty? You're really
206 to 205.
Looking at that number?
Yeah, just because it's a little thing. I just want to beat Keon.
Wow, we announced who has the highest score of the week.
I just wanted to.
Oh,
It's like I'm petty about Randy. Randy beats me every time. I can't stand it.
I beat Randy once. I thought that I had been beaten by him twice this year. Turns out I beat him at least once.
He's tough. Randy's the other one.
One of my 4 wins.
Randy took me apart every single time I play. I just don't understand it. I don't know. I think all of my losses were to the other hosts. I genuinely don't know if I lost anybody else.
I mean, the only reason I won was because Mahomes decided to have a good game. Because I had Connor and he got out of the game right away.
The other reason you won is that he played the wrong quarterback. He should have played Kyler.
Well, but I played a couple of wrong guys too. I mean, I should have played the Tampa Bay defense, and I didn't. It was stupid to play your Colt defense. I figured the Giants suck so bad, but nope.
If you'd asked me,
Drew Lock looked like a Super Bowl quarterback.
I'd have told you not to do that. So
I didn't expect Drew Lock to put up 40 points. I mean,
no, I didn't either. I picked the Colts to win, but I've never that confident in my defense. This uber defense that Chris Ballard, his last act, put together.
Stacked.
Yeah, he's got to go.
I think so.
Lost Toby says may have gotten drunk on Christmas, and now your text is drunk because they won't let me see the rest of it. Come back to you. Big George says, can you just kick Neil out and add Scott Engel over to League 12?
Neil's never playing again. I already banned him. I told him he's banned.
What do you care who plays in League 12, George? I mean, if he wants to play in one of our leagues, he can. I just don't want to take a listener out of Premier League. That's why we've done the thing where one of us leaves every year and comes back so that we don't take another listener out. It just didn't seem fair. Hefty Lefty says, you know what? Good for Donnie. He needed that championship. God knows his pro teams aren't going to take him to the promised land anytime soon. The football gods will not let the Vikings go all the way. So congratulations, Donnie. I welcome the inevitable smack talk coming my way. Here's some ammo to get you started. I'm fat. I'm getting gray hairs at 35 and currently dealing with a cold sore. Bring it.
Wow.
Had Chris Carter and Randy Moss and didn't go to a Super Bowl. I tend to believe that there might be something there.
Do you play in the same league as him, Hefty? Because I can move you out if you want. Because Valtrek's jokes are coming your way at this moment.
Valtrex.
You just gave up too much information. Mr. Wilbur says, Justin Brigham Young just hit another 3-point shot against Tempe Normal. Welcome to the Big 12, Tempe. You think we care about basketball today? Really?
I do.
Are you blind? I mean, sorry. Are you deaf? No, wait. Which is it?
Wow.
All I know is, shut up.
There's just a college football game tomorrow that ASU is going to be in the playoff. You wouldn't know.
He's not watching it.
Yeah, well.
haven't seen it for a variety of reasons, I suppose. But
Lacrosse guy says, my New Year's resolution is to not watch Kyler Murray in a Cardinals uniform. Can you make that happen, please? Just don't turn on the TV. I don't think he's going anywhere. The smart thing to do would be to trade, you draft, but when have the Cardinals ever done the smart thing? Pickle D's.
Well, that, and also it's just they're not bad enough to draft his replacement, which I think is what they'd rather do.
Well, you never know. You can trade up using Kyler Murray. I don't know. Pickle D says, he's been trying to help name the new Bears fan, but I think we got it with Bear Claw at the moment. But he says, how about Soldier Claws? How about Soldier's Piccolo? How about Monster Soldier?
Don't you already have a Bear Claw?
No.
I thought you did.
Oh, crap. Now you're making me want to.
Did we?
I thought we did have Bear Claw. Unless you banned him or something. I mean, I don't know.
I haven't banned that many people.
You banned enough because I know they text my show. So
yeah. Shut up.
And you've been shadow banned, not officially banned. If someone just decides not to read your text, there's really not a lot you can do about it.
No, Keon, I've banned some people.
Oh,
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, then
ever since
mind.
they gave us the block thing, where I'm like, oh, it's a button click. Not that many. I can count on one hand. Well, I've probably forgotten on two hands, but yeah. Random texter says, oh yeah, it is golf clubs. Cool, man. We can probably work that out. But yeah, next time we have a remote, man. Baker's cocky hen says, off topic. Why not? But week 0 ideas made me think about how to fix the NFL kickoff. We go back to normal lining up and running on the kick. All special teamers, other than the kicker, have to wear those sumo suits. Imagine the first time a guy gets hit so hard, it pops. Oh, that'd be fun and exciting. Yeah, but would it
be fun?
Kind of. Of course, then
I
think you just wear them all the time.
I think you'd be surprised at how annoyed you'd be with that after a couple of weeks. When your team really needs a return,
well, let's
and the guy has to run back in a sumo suit.
Let's see it.
You'd be shocked at how annoying that is when he gets to the 7-yard line and then gets destroyed.
Listen, I'm not ready to judge. Let's see this in the UFL. And let them do it.
They would too.
And well, no, they probably now. Trust me, that the word travels fast when these sorts of crazy ideas, and it's going to end up on the UFL. Sometimes it's good ideas, sometimes it's bad ideas.
Awful. I like that.
Oh, it is awful.
Awful.
Eye Candy says, congrats to Saquon D's, who won Blender League number 9, beat me. Silver Pop says, how about Bare Naked Texter? Well, that's not bad.
That's not bad at all.
Bear Claw, if you'd rather be bare naked, we can make that happen. I'll have you out of those. No, stop. Sluzzman says, I won last year in 6th position in League 2. This year, not me, but 6th seed won with a 7-7 record again. Oh, that's Obi Juan Kenobi. But it's spelled different, so I don't understand the joke. Obi-Jan. Maybe they just didn't know how to spell Obi-Wan.
I sure hope that's not it. That's it's a little depressing.
Horn Ninja says, Happy New Year's, gentlemen. Winner, Teppan dinner. Oh, did you win? Is that you that won this week? Ralph from Harmon Solar. See, this is how far behind I am in the text.
What?
Yeah. Something about wanting a trophy. How's it feel to want, Ralph?
I want a trophy. I want something you have, which is very rare.
I have to make it. We make those. We custom make those every year.
But I want you to present it to me.
In August. No, I'll present it to you. At Velocity, but I'll present it to you.
That's why I shut up. I started waiting to see what's coming next. I knew something was coming.
You might want to wear some protective gear. Beer Bob says, you guys should definitely do the championship league. That means Ralph is not in your league anymore. Ooh. No, that's not the way it works. Premier League winner. I might be having a stroke. Premier League winner gets to stay in Premier League. That's
because it's the Premier League.
Yeah, and 3 other champions come up to the Premier League too. But I understand what you're saying, Beer Bob. I appreciate the idea. And boy, my brain got excited for a moment. But no, he gets to stay. Lost Toby says, I read that already. Here it is. No, he says, I may have gotten drunk on Christmas and bought 6 tickets with friends in Cali, and they bailed, so I might only use 2 or 3 at most. That's why I'm asking about Thursday or Friday show. For sure, 3 are good to give away. What if I wanted them? What if I wanted to use those? I could use 3. I actually could use 3, Lost Toby.
For what?
Maybe I'll donate some money to charity or to your bank account. I don't know. For the Cardinals.
What?
Cardinals game.
Why would you want to go see that?
It's for my wife and like her brother. Probably.
If Harmon has any, because they might, I'll let you know.
Okay. Yeah. Probably.
Because they usually have extra ones, especially in crap games like that.
Listen, I'm entertaining any ideas.
I can tell.
I could use some points. You know what I'm saying?
I'm kind of there too right now. So yeah.
You want to go to
it's been a rough week.
You want to go to an ASU basketball game? We got parking passes and everything.
That'll just finalize everything.
She's like, I got some papers for you right here. You're going to need to sign these, Ralph.
Oh, no.
Papers might come out if we go to ASU, yes.
Oh, don't be mean. Like, it's okay for us to be mean, but not you. Mr. Wilbur says, Jeffrey, Keon knows this song really well. The stars at night are big and bright, deep in the heart of my pants.
Oh,
that's not how the song goes as far as I recall it.
I added that part. He just said Texas. I thought that was dumb. I think my version was better. Deep in the heart of my pants.
Keon, what do you think tomorrow? I'm just curious. What's the score?
What's the score? I could not tell you. I'm very anxious about the game.
I want to say Texas wins easily, but I'm looking at ASU and that's a good team.
It's a good team. I don't feel confident that Texas is going to win, much less big. I think Texas is going to win, but I don't know. I genuinely don't know.
I don't know either.
I know where you stand, though.
Look, I'm just glad the game
we know
is
who
on
we want
at 11 in the morning, so I don't have to think about it all day.
So, Ralph, you have to understand something that is probably beyond your understanding.
Probably.
Keon and I have been gentlemen about this.
You have.
He's a Texas Longhorn fan. I'm an ASU fan. And we both are cautiously optimistic that our teams are going to win this and move on in the college football playoff. Listen, we don't even have to be jerks about it to each other.
No.
You know? And when I say I'm not sure, you're like, well, what do you know? But when Keon says he's not sure, the college football expert that we know, that makes me feel better about how I feel, because that means he's unsure, or maybe he's just trying not to jinx or reverse jinx.
I don't do that.
I think this is going to be a pretty good game.
I'm not superstitious.
I think Texas is a better team, no doubt about it. But ASU is sneaky good.
Scrappy,
and they've got a really good coach, and he's very smart, and he's kind of a mad scientist offensively.
I wouldn't be surprised if Texas goes in there and just beats them up, but at the same time, wouldn't be surprised if ASU comes out with a win. It's just
now you've covered yourself on all angles
because it's a game I would never gamble. I mean, was it 12 points?
Oh, I'm definitely not
12 and a
betting
half.
on that game. Money is not involved in this at all.
When teams like ASU have a run like they're having right now, you just kind of watch because you just never know.
And
Lost Toby says, can ASU and Texas both lose? Only if we change their names to USC.
SC won their bowl game.
Bowl game. Pointless, meaningless bowl
It's
game.
like 17 players not playing. They still won.
Pointless, meaningless football.
I hate their quarterback.
It means nothing. Nothing. Bullseye says, Ralph, I'll make you a trophy to commemorate your championship. They'll be entirely made of elephant dung. I kind of want that.
Yeah, I'd like to see it.
seriously. If you actually have access to elephant dung and can make that into a trophy, might stay in the garage, but then talk about a conversation piece.
Got our attention.
Oh, yeah. Bullseye. If you can actually make that happen, I'm listening. All right, we got to take a break. We'll come back. We'll get caught up on the text line, and I don't know what the hell we're doing. We shouldn't even be here. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Sports betting apps are not created equal. Dylan Cohen from Beat the Book here to talk about the Sport Trade advantage. With higher payouts, Sport Trade is the ultimate sports betting experience. Sport Trade is the first sports betting app that gives you the option to see the odds expressed as probabilities, and it's changing in-game betting forever. If it's easier to understand 52% probability of winning versus minus 108 odds, then Sport Trade is for you. With this percent odds feature, cashing out now makes much more sense. As the win probability changes, so does the value of your bet. And if you're an experienced bettor and prefer American odds, you'll get pricing closer to minus 106 versus the normal minus 110, coupled with instant in-play betting. No more spinny wheels. So download Sport Trade today to see the difference and beat the book. Use promo code 1580 to earn 10% cash back on every bet you place in your first week. Terms apply.
Sport Trade is regulated by the Arizona Department of Gaming. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side, your Sleep Number setting. And now it's our lowest price of the season on our top-selling i8 smart bed. Your best savings plus special financing, exclusively at a Sleep Number store near you. All Sleep Number smart beds offer temperature solutions for your best sleep. Learn more at sleepnumber.com.
Everybody's got a podcast these days. Comedy, politics, true crime, you name it. But how many actually teach you anything useful? Harmon Solar has an entertaining podcast that is vital if you've been thinking about looking into solar, but you don't know where to start. Ralph and Ben explore the intricacies of utilities, equipment, processes, and more. Their primary objective is to educate and empower you to make informed decisions on your solar journey. So increase your knowledge, not your bills. Go check it out right now. It's the Harmon Solar Podcast at harmonsolar.com.
In most countries of the world, Forte means door. United Forte Custom Doors, located in the Scottsdale Airport Design District, is now open with over 40,000 European doors, all in stock, ready for delivery, and at wholesale prices. Designers, contractors, builders, and yes, you. Come see our showroom on Greenway Hayden Loop. That's United Forte, Porte. Stop by to see and feel the quality at United Forte Custom Doors. Find us at uporte.com. That's uporte.com.
Today, Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic. Bullseye. I think still waiting to hear your confirmation of access to elephant poo. I may have other uses for it. Swazman, because I got to put together Ralph's trophy. I'm
jeez.
Yeah. Swazman says, yeah, the winner had Bijan Robinson on his team, and his name is a play on that player. Oh, okay. Oh, Obi-Jan Kenobi. That's why.
Oh,
yeah. Horn Ninja says, yep, League 6, RCBB put up a good fight. I don't know what he's talking about. But Horn Ninja, you don't see, here's the thing. I think there's been some misunderstanding here. At first, I just thought, well, Donnie's an idiot because he sends me a message. He says, how do I get my gift card? I'm like, did you win a week of picks, you moron? No, because you get cash. It's a check. You get a check from Harmon Solar for $100 for winning your league. So Horn Ninja, you don't winner Teppen dinner. You're winner check and $100 and do whatever you want with it.
That's
so Teppan if you want to, but you don't have to just do that.
I mean, that'll do you nicely at Kasai Japanese Steakhouse, $100.
Oh yeah.
Big George says, whatever you do, don't tell Rob Manfred your sumo wrestler idea. He might actually try that as, golden at bat in Major League Baseball kind of thing.
You're not wrong.
Ugh, you know what? I don't want to be angry about baseball today. Let's just pretend. Rattlers fan says, once at a Rattlers game 20 years ago, a contestant in a sumo suit, knocked himself unconscious, and they had to bring out the backboard. We laughed and we laughed and we laughed. Yeah, if you're in a sumo suit and you're playing too hard, if you get get knocked out, that's almost impossible. Oh, I'm really disappointed now. Bullseye says, sorry, it was just a joke. I wish I had access to elephant dung. I'd throw it at my neighbors who blast their incessant country music all hours of the night. Yeah. You don't need elephant poo. You need a rocket launcher.
That is an escalation right there. Wow.
You got to be stronger than that. So I feel like there's something we're forgetting to do. I can't believe we've made an hour and a half of show. I didn't think we'd last this long. Ralph, I told Keon earlier, once we run out of stuff to talk about, we're just turning the damn thing off.
I don't blame you. I'm surprised you're still on.
What are you doing at home? Why are you not out at a party?
Nah, just not doing anything this year. Just going to kick back and just stay home. Because we have dogs like you do. And then as soon as the fireworks start going off, they get all flipped out. And
that's half the fun here.
It's half. Yeah. I mean, it's not fun. It's annoying, right?
No, I'm just kidding. I always feel bad. Buddy has an issue with the fireworks, and Peebles just is like, oh, that's cool. He'll sit there and look out the window and just watch the idiot neighbors firing their stuff off. He'd be a great hunting dog. You could fire off a gun right next to him, and he'd be like, but Buddy traumatized for weeks. Just if you fart too loud, he's like,
that's both my dogs.
Wow. You got pit bulls.
But they're rescue dogs and they were abused, right? So
just like Buddy was too. Trauma.
Do it. Yeah.
But pit bulls, do you tell them this is not a good look? This is like embarrassing. You're embarrassed because when I was at your house and the dogs were sitting there with your wife and we're getting ready to leave, and another guy was there, Ben, and he was just like, woof, 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 and he starts messing with them. I'm like, are you out of your mind? We're gonna die. And the dog just kind of perked up, and I'm just like, I've seen that look just before being chased across the field by a German Shepherd. And I was like, oh, can I make it to the truck?
That pit bull will only go after one thing. It's the only thing we'll ever go after: a child. If there's a child, he wants to eat it. He wants to eat children. He hates children.
That is terrifying.
So if he sees a stroller, he wants to attack.
Oh my God.
And he wants to get in there and rip that kid's head off.
Yeah, that dog probably needs to go to sleep. You know what I mean?
But he won't. He's the sweetest thing to everyone else. Just hates children.
Oh, sounds great.
Or short people. If you're a midget, you might be in trouble.
Hey, puppy, does this smell like chloroform?
There
you go. Just
like when I watch Seven Little Johnsons, he's very intently watching TV.
Sounds like a bully.
Jesus.
Like just, I only go after the humans I know I can beat.
Yeah, exactly. Right? It's like an 85-pound pit bull, and he's like, I don't like children. Like, all right.
Yikes.
Maybe a child abused him or something. I don't know.
Yeah, well, had it coming, I guess. Slow-Mo Zoe says, hey, how about Big Ten today, huh? Michigan and Illinois winning. Games that don't matter. Doesn't matter. I'm not impressed. Those games don't matter. What matters
is to like the bowl games and be excited about your team beating the bowl game.
Rapist State is taking on Boise State. That is happening at 5:30 p.m.
Rapist State.
Well, yeah, or look the other way State. The little kitty rapers. Look the other way State. How's that? Is that better? Penn State and Boise State.
Only barely.
Play at 5:30. And then tomorrow, the other meaningful games happen. At 11 a.m., ASU and Texas will play. And then after that, at 3 p.m., you got Ohio State getting whooped by Oregon. It's just going to happen. Just accept that it's going to happen.
I agree with you.
And then at Notre Dame and Georgia, those two teams could go either way. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure Georgia's favored, but Notre Dame is in the game. So that happens at 6:45 p.m.
Yeah, Georgia's favored, but they've got a sophomore quarterback out there who's thrown 32 passes this entire season.
The spread is 1 point.
That is how much they believe. First off, I think that's
even
a belief in the Georgia roster top to bottom, but also like in the same way that Ohio State is actually favored against Oregon, despite the fact that they scored 10 points against Michigan and already lost to Oregon earlier this year. The brand, like
it's the bias, the brand bias.
It's the fans of the team are betting a lot of money on it, and they're moving the line.
There's only one bowl game outside of the main ones that really matters. Outside of the important bowls.
Rose Bowl?
The Pop-Tart Bowl.
Oh, but no.
I love the Pop-Tart Bowl.
That was dumb as hell.
No, come on. Don't you love that bowl? When you see a sideline with sprinkles on it.
This Pop-Tart guy going into a toaster and then coming out dead. And everybody's like, let's eat this guy. I'm just
that is the coolest thing in the world.
All I know
I love Pop-Tarts, but
the Miami mascot eating on them. I mean, that's just a fun bowl game.
All I know is that not an ounce of defense was played in that game, and I had a very good time watching it.
It was a great game.
It was fun. I'll give you the fun.
They know how to market a bowl game.
They got to rethink toasting a mascot to death.
No,
I think they probably need to rethink that.
I think they liked it.
Everyone likes
it. It's a little morbid, and that's exactly what they were going
The trophy's
for.
an actual working toaster.
Is Ralph's mic cracking for you too, or just me?
It's maybe just you.
Okay, just making sure because he's a little hot. That's all. I just heard the cracks.
I appreciate it.
And I don't want to wait to the break to tell you this.
You want me to turn mine down, or
maybe just like teeny little bit, just a one little teeny thing, and then he can turn you up. And
there you go.
Yeah, we could wait till the break for this, but I don't. It just hurts my earballs. Anyway, what are we doing? What are we doing now? I guess we just talked about the bowl games, didn't we? I mean, or the ones that matter. Nothing else matters.
I have an NFL question.
Yeah.
Can I ask it?
Sure.
I'm curious how both of you feel about the fact that a 14-win team is going to be the 5 seed in the playoffs.
What I really thought was amazing is how bad your team looked, not able to score a touchdown in their last game. One of the most pathetic games ever.
I agree with you.
How do you feel about how sad and pathetic the Seahawks looked, and yet they still won?
I talked about it on Sunday. It was horrendous to watch. It was horrible to.
Well, people are
my
listening
eyes
now. Tell us now.
My eyes were bleeding watching that game. I mean, it was. They didn't no points in the second half. I was really happy with the Seahawks defense because I think that defense is really good. But there's just issues. We need an offensive line. There's just issues. I mean, so.
That's a game of football back 50 or 60 years.
6-3.
It was horrible.
6-3.
A win's a win, but it was
the
horrible.
Lowest scoring game of the year. I mean, just
and it didn't matter. None of it mattered.
Pathetic. So bad.
But to answer your question, it's the playoff format. I've never been a big fan of this. I like just give me the 7 best teams. If you're going to say 7 teams get in, 7 best teams. But instead, what we have right now, he said, how do we feel about a 14-win football team potentially being the 5th seed?
That is
they're a road team visiting the 9-win football team if things shake out the way they are right now.
I mean, I've always said just the best teams, no matter what division, what conference. I don't think we need the best, worst teams.
The Green Bay Packers could be a 12-win team, and they are the 7 seed.
Rank them appropriately and throw them in there together.
But if you make the change, then you get rid of the meaning of being a division champion. It means nothing.
I think you can still do it. I think you can say division winners get you an automatic bid in, but you're not going to host a playoff game if just because you won the division. The division winners get in, and then everybody else, and then we rank you from record.
I mean, I think the Lions are going to be the 5 seed, which is insane to think about.
The Lions could be the 5 seed.
You think the Lions will be? I think the Vikings will.
No, I think the Vikings beat the Lions.
But
the Lions defense is terrible.
It's going to depend on if they get anybody back healthy on the Lions. If they get any of those guys back in time, then I'll give it to the Lions. I mean, and remember, it's not just the defense. Everybody's like, "Oh, the defense." Sure, but the offense for the Lions, when they start rolling and they're a second half team,
they're awesome.
They are crazy. So, and it wasn't just against the team last night. By the way, San Francisco 49ers, they got some pretty good defense. Yeah, they got a Bosa. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they played some pretty tough stuff. Well, I know, but still, even hurt, can't say he wasn't effective in
My
last
bigger
night's
concern
game.
is the Niners offense is not that good right now. And they
No, my point
they look
is
crazy.
Yeah,
good
but back to my
yesterday.
point was the Lions offense went off on that defense. They've gone off on other defenses on better teams and dropped 40 here, dropped 40 there.
I agree.
This is not just a fake offensive output. So when they start rolling, and they do that most of the time in the second half, I put them up against any team. So if they get any bit of the Lions defense back, how do you not pick them to win?
Well, that's the thing is, do they get any of it back? And I don't know.
If they don't, then it could go either way. Because you remember, we've seen teams in the past, their defense is just making sure you score every time you touch the ball. Is a juggernaut offense.
I just look at put the AFC to the side. When you look at the NFC, even beyond the lines, like all of these offenses put up points.
Yeah.
We've seen all of them put 40 on people this year.
If you score every time you have the ball and the other team doesn't matter what your defense did, you win. And I know you're saying it doesn't mean, oh, this defense is so good it got to stop. It could just mean that offense wasn't good enough to get a score every time, just like us. We kind of saw a little bit of that last night.
And I think the teams that are in the playoffs have better offenses, and so you have
that's
to.
A good point.
And so that's the thing. If you can score every time, but we're talking about the Vikings, the Commanders, and the Eagles are three teams that have at least one game where they have punted once or less. Like these are teams that are perfectly capable of doing this against a bad enough defense.
And I just don't see Detroit stopping the Vikings offense. I just don't.
I don't either.
But I can see the Vikings stopping Detroit on a couple drives. That's the difference. And that means then Detroit becomes a 5 seed and has to travel the entire playoffs, which is insane. They won't have a home game and they won't have a bye after the year that they had because of those injuries.
Which is why I was like,
that's
Campbell,
crazy.
Don't play against the Niners. Put some of those guys on the shelf, rest them up for the Minnesota game.
I agree with you.
And he went full tilt, had to beat the
lucky.
Niners. All
He
right.
even admitted himself. He's like, yeah, we crossed our fingers and nobody got hurt. And we were very fortunate, but nobody got hurt. So it's okay. It wasn't the greatest idea.
Yeah, because
and we were talking about this yesterday. Maybe not smart.
When Amon-Ra St. Brown got
nobody-
tackled by the goal line and then got up limping, you're like, Jesus, man, like this, you can't do this every year. You are going to cost yourself a Super Bowl
He's
window.
not the sharpest tool in the
As you have said yourself,
that's what he
Detroit
does.
has signed up for. This is what they are getting. And everybody was surprised. I was not surprised
If
that they went full tilt last night.
I'm not surprised that Campbell did. I'm surprised that Brad Holmes, who's the general manager, if I'm him, I step in and I say, Dan, I am your boss. You're not starting all these guys for a whole game. I'll give you a half. You get a
I
half.
respect that GM for not doing that.
I know. I'm not a micromanaging kind of guy, but that is Jahmyr Gibbs goes down, this thing's over.
Yeah, if Gibbs would have got hurt last night,
that's it. You have no running game. It's over.
But here's the thing. I respect that GM for giving space for the team, for the players, for the coach to decide how their fate is going to be handled. Now, somebody got hurt, something didn't work out, then I'm going to have a conversation with Dan Campbell. Last year, when he kept going for it on fourth down and failing, I am sure in the offseason, there was a conversation about that. Well, I mean, they haven't found themselves in that situation again, so we don't know yet.
Well, he's done a lot of fourth downs that are very.
But that's not the
questionable.
same. That's not the same situation.
Because the fourth, you can do that. Like if that's what your philosophy is, fine, be aggressive. But he was going last year. He was going for it over and over and over again on the same goal line play. There was a penalty. Let's run it again. Oh, there's another penalty. We'll run it again. Like Dan, stop.
That madness,
you got two cracks
I don't
at it.
think we'll see again.
That's enough. You don't
Lost
need
Toby
three.
says Niners offense exposed the Lions. Oh, stop. Everybody knew the Lions defense has been hurt. There's no exposing.
Everyone knows it.
Yeah.
I mean, here comes the 49er fans looking for
try-
some
for some
moral
moral-
victory after a
There's
loss.
there's none.
Oh my God.
Because Brock Purdy was playing for a contract last night and he didn't look that good.
This is what the Lions defense has done in the last few weeks. Aside from getting scored on a lot by the Niners, we'll skip the Bears and go to the Bills. They gave up a lot of points. Packers, they gave up a lot of points. Bears, before that, they gave up a lot of points. They've just been a bad defense because they're hurt. Nothing got exposed. Don't do this. Stop looking for moral victories. Your team sucks. Just get over it.
And this is probably a better angle for Lost Toby. He says, all I know is Jake Moody needs to be deported to Siberia.
I mean,
you're probably right.
Yeah. Jake Moody's had a year. I think somebody mentioned earlier that Jake Moody, the amount of kicks that he's missed in various games was the exact amount of points that the Niners needed to win. So he's missed enough for them to lose games that they actually had a chance of winning. It's heartbreaking.
Yeah, kind of like with me in fantasy football and some advice that I got. Maybe I probably could add 3 more wins. That's all right. Let's take a break. We'll come back. More about the Lions and more NFL stuff, and then GCU and the Suns. And I don't know. I'm kind of disappointed. We shouldn't have let Ralph on the show. We probably could have been done with the show by now. Like, we would have gone through all this information and material. And Ralph comes in here and all his ideas. Now we're stuck here.
I could just be quiet and go away.
Stuck us. Just stuck us. And now we're going to be here. Happy New Year, Ralph.
Why don't you end it at 5?
Why don't you? My life?
I wouldn't go that far.
That's very aggressive, Ralph. I
wouldn't
feel like
that
you should go talk to HR.
Yeah, I am right now.
That's
you
right.
are HR.
Damn. Can I show you a pamphlet?
Yes.
It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-9491. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-9491. That's 800-575-9491. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Must qualify for enrollment. Results may vary.
When life gets overwhelming, but you just don't feel like talking, help is only a text away. Trained and caring crisis specialists are available by text 24/7 to assist with suicidal thoughts, substance use issues, depression, anxiety, and more. You are never alone. When you need help, please text HOPE to 4HOPE. From anywhere in Arizona, text the word HOPE to 44673. This message is sponsored by Solari Crisis and Human Services.
The GCU men's basketball squad is coming off their winningest season in 35 years, their third trip to the NCAA tournament in 4 years, and their first ever NCAA tournament victory. Returning 4 of their 5 starters in Ray Harrison, Colin Moore, Duke Brennan, and reigning WAC Player of the Year, Tyon Grant Foster, the Lopes look to defend their WAC titles and make a run to the Sweet 16. With a non-conference slate, including Stanford, Georgia, and crosstown rival Arizona State, you won't want to miss a moment of the action. So join me, Michael Potter, and Lopes insider Paul Coro all season long, right here on the home of the Lopes, 1580 The Fanatic. Lopes up.
Did you know that daily multivitamins boost your health on the inside and the outside? It's true. Multivitamins with folic acid boost energy levels, improve your mood, and promote overall wellness. And if you decide to have a baby, they can help prevent birth defects in a pregnancy. That's why the Arizona Department of Health Services is offering a free 3-month supply of multivitamins. Visit azdhs.gov/PowerMe-A2C for free vitamins.
Sponsored by the Arizona Department of Health Services.
Hi, guys. Jeffrey O'Brien here. Have you ever gone to HarmonSolar.com? Well, you really need to, because everything you ever wanted to know about how solar power can save you big on your monthly electric bill is right there. It's online. Through your phone or through your computer, you can learn about tax credits, the equipment they use, look at how they do things for businesses as well as homeowners, see testimonials from happy customers, and I hear they got a pretty good podcast too. Check it out. Go to HarmonSolar.com. That's HarmonSolar.com.
If it's local,
we talk about it.
1580 and 99.3. The Fanatic. The Fanatic.
Can you eat too many cashews?
Yes.
What happens if you eat too many cashews?
They're highly acidic. It's not good for you.
I ate a lot of cashews just now.
I love cashews.
Oh, I love nuts in my mouth. They're just like. No, I got these for Christmas for my kids, and they also gave me some pistachios, but there was a surprise pistachio because it was salt and pepper. I was like, ooh, because I need, to test my high blood pressure medication. I want to make sure it works, so I'm just eating a lot of these, and so far, it's not working. Did I say it's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic? Okay, good. So I just saw something. Normally, you guys are on top of breaking news. Huge breaking news. So an hour ago, this happens. Nobody tells me. Disappointed in all of you. I'd say I was disappointed in Keon, but there'd be no movement on his face to give an indication that he cared.
It wouldn't be the first time. It's the thing. Yeah.
No. So the Cowboys have released Ezekiel Elliott. They've said, "Weehaw! Out of respect and appreciation for Zeke, want to provide him an opportunity to pursue any potential playoff position." Do you think anybody wants Zeke Elliott?
No.
For their playoff push?
No.
So Jerry Jones is full of crap.
Yeah.
Just seemed like here's a chance to get him out the door. He says he's
nice
one
way
of
of phrasing it.
He said, "Oh, well, we love him. We thank him. He's one of the best." So good, you let him go.
I do think that Jerry does love Zeke Elliott. Like he paid him a lot of money. I think he's a big fan of his in college. I think Jerry is the reason why they re-signed Zeke Elliott because there's nothing left there. There hasn't been anything there for a few years. I do think that Jerry really does like Zeke. It just you can't keep him. He's not doing anything for you.
He's done.
And
the whole point was: is there any team who's actually going to want him?
No, not a chance.
No.
Not unless you're just desperate. Like if you're the Lions and for some reason you lose Jahmyr Gibbs, yeah, you might out of desperation just call any human being that once carried a football. But outside of that, no.
Bullseye says, "Is that really breaking news if nobody cares?" Hey, Bullseye, you try doing a 3-hour show, goddammit. You see it. I don't have much.
On a day when you're not really, you're just not really feeling it.
When you get your show, I'm going to text in. Would you like this one? I'll wait. Moist One says, telling me the Lions wouldn't take a flyer.
On what?
Flyer for what? Yeah.
No idea what he's talking about.
Rico Dowdle went down and they still didn't turn to Zeke.
They'd be better off signing Barry Sanders to come out of retirement than getting Zeke.
Oh, I agree. You'd sell more
I
tickets.
think he would do better.
No,
I really. And part, I mean, not at this stage, but like with
Zeke
Zeke,
just got a touchdown the other day. It was a gift, but it was still a touchdown.
yeah, and like Zeke, the thing with Zeke is that he had this knee injury that just got progressively worse. It like once he hurt himself, it just never got better, and it sucks. But the fact is, he doesn't have it anymore. I don't know why the Cowboys brought him back like he did.
Yeah.
So the Lions, I mentioned before, people are saying, "Oh, why are you being mean to the Lions?" Big George is like, "You guys heaping all this praise on Donnie's Vikings makes me uncomfortable." Everybody's responding to our conversation. I don't think that's happening at all. We're being realistic about where the Lions are now, and where the Vikings are. Yeah, Ralph is probably right, and I probably am going to end up picking the Vikings to win, but.
Do you think
I'd like to see the Lions win just as an underdog thing, not against any of our Chiefs fans I like.
And I'm not against the Lions. I'm just looking at that defense and going, they are beaten to hell. There are guys who are playing defense for the Detroit Lions that literally aren't in Madden. That's not a joke. They're not. Yeah. Like they're not on a roster that anybody can name these people. They got pulled up from the practice squad. They're just out there. Trying their best.
We use Madden. That's pretty good. I like that.
I mean, they're not even in the game. They're not even wide receiver.
It's in the game.
Yeah,
no, it's not.
Not even corner number 34. Like you just don't. Nobody knows who you are. These are the people who have to play significant, actual, real snaps for the Detroit Lions right now.
What'd be funny is these guys in Madden, when they turn and look at you under their helmet, it's like the same kind of graphics as they had in GoldenEye. Remember that?
Yeah.
It's sort of like Moist One says they just signed Teddy Bridgewater. They want bodies. No, he's like the third.
Yeah, like
you'll never see him. On the
That
field.
that one's a little less desperate, right? Because Goff's fine. If they lose Goff,
it won't matter.
It won't matter, and that's true for every team in the playoffs. Take their starting quarterback away, they're done.
So now they have 5 games this season, 40 points, 0 turnovers. That just shows you. I mean, Goff doesn't strike me as bright, but he's good at the football, and he's very careful. He's very precise. I don't feel like he gets enough credit. Dumb as the day is long, but he doesn't get enough credit for how just good of a quarterback he is. Good, he's a great football player. But that's just the truth. Let's see. I'm trying to go through here. Brock Purdy, you heard about this. He got hurt. He same elbow. They're trying to say it's not the same injury. I don't know if there's been any update today. He was supposed to have some imaging done, but you remember he hurt that same elbow, took him out of a playoff game, and it was the end for the 49ers. Well, it's like a replay of that. And he says, well, it's probably not the same injury. He says, there's some nerve stuff. He says, yeah, his arm felt like it was on fire. And, he had that torn ulnar collateral ligament in his right elbow. He had it taken care of in 2023 in the offseason. And that's a lengthy, repair. And so, you hope it's not the same thing again. I mean,
what do you do with him, right?
What do you do with him? It's on his right. It says throwing arm, so you got to wear something to protect that. If it's going to be he's got weak elbows, and he gets it happened in 2023, and now it happens in 2024.
Do you give him a big contract now?
Because
you don't have to.
You don't have to, but what do you do? Because he's the one that saved you from having to actually play Trey Lance.
And somebody else will give him a big contract if you don't. And he's a you got to put some better players around him, Ralph. But are you worried about his durability? I'm thinking that is such a, I don't know. It's like got to be some sort of protective gear you can wear because outside of that, he's been pretty sturdy.
I mean,
and he's got a good team around him. I mean,
that's the thing, right? When he's had those players around him, he was great, right, for the first couple of years. But as people got hurt, and he has to show what he is, he's pretty mediocre. I mean, he's not elite in my mind.
Any quarterback would be.
No, there are quarterbacks that are great that can
few who can elevate people. Like Tom Brady could do that.
Yeah.
There's been a rare few quarterbacks, but in general, if you've got a good quarterback, there's also good pieces. You can't have one without the other.
All the mobile guys too, like Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson. Like you can have nothing for them to
throw without anybody to throw to, without any talent outside of yourself, you get injured. You get guys like that injured.
I don't know that that's true for like everybody, where it's like you need, because it's not like
somebody's getting worked.
Brock Purdy wasn't just playing with really good players. Guy was playing with Pro Bowlers everywhere. And everybody does not have Pro Bowlers. Like
including
Justin Herbert does not have Pro Bowlers everywhere.
You think Pearsall's going to be a Pro Bowler this year?
This year?
No. Yeah, he didn't have enough going on, but he will be next year.
Eventually. But not this year, no.
I'd say he was cocky, but he's sort of starting to show it, isn't he? I mean,
you can't give him $60 million next year. There's no way.
I mean,
how can you do that?
The thing is, if you say no,
somebody will.
You have to find your next option, and if maybe it's Darnold because the Vikings do want to move in the direction of JJ McCarthy.
That was just stupid.
I don't know. But I mean, look, they've got McCarthy in the building. If they really like him, and I like the rest of this draft class has panned out well enough that I'm like, all right, let's see, because I don't want to doubt another member of this class. Literally, all of these quarterbacks look really good. Like this might be our best quarterback draft class since like '85 with Elway and Marino.
I agree, but when Darnold has found his fit and they won 14 games.
Yeah, but
I'll take Brock Purdy on the Colts.
Now, do they feel good about the Darnold thing because they're like, yeah, if we take JJ McCarthy and we bring him along and have him throw to Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison and Jalen Naylor, like maybe that's the key there. And Kevin O'Connell's a damn good offensive coach as well.
I remember Jeffrey back in the draft saying, "How could you even take Justin Jefferson? With your first
and then
pick?" I agree with you.
I took Justin Jefferson because I feel like that guy's quarterback proof.
Yeah, he proved that he is. I mean, but I was with Jeff. I was with you. I thought there's
nobody knew Sam Darnold was going to turn into what he turned into. That's
insane.
I mean, like we were wrong, but we had pretty well educated guesses of being right on that.
I thought he'd have an all right year. I didn't think it was going to be this. I'm stunned by this entirely.
These guys have a great shot to be in the Super Bowl.
They do.
Yeah.
I mean, with Detroit's injuries, and I'm not sold on Philly. I can see these guys in the Super Bowl.
But the problem is Donnie talks so much bleep that he's going to jinx them right out of it. And there's no way the Vikings can go.
I think the NFC is tough enough that they're good enough to go to the Super Bowl, but I don't feel good guaranteeing anybody in the NFC. I look at those quarterbacks and those receivers in that conference, and I'm like, good God. I mean, the Vikings defense does give up big plays downfield, and you get Stafford on a day where he's ripping it. Like the
Rams are the X factor. They can do damage to the playoffs.
Oh yeah, they're a team nobody wants to see out there.
I agree. You don't want to play them,
which is of course why the Commanders are playing them first.
Beer Bob,
maybe,
like right out of the maybe.
Beer Bob says, I don't know about that. If Pittsburgh loses Wilson for a game, Justin Fields did perform very nicely for him this year. Hefty Lefty says, man, between the St. Jude and ASPCA commercials, Food Network's trying to dehydrate the nation through tears. Just competitively cook some delicious food, damn it. Bullseye says, too bad the number 1 overall pick, Caleb Williams, is a huge draft bust, but he wouldn't expect anything less from a USC quarterback.
His numbers were great. He's not a draft bust.
He looks solid. I'm sorry. He looks good. Not great, but I'm sorry. You take Jaden Daniels and you put him on the Bears.
Same thing.
He doesn't look like Jaden Daniels with the Commanders.
He just doesn't. Sam Darnold.
You take
Sam
Bo
Darnold.
Nix.
It's what you say when you got a guy and he's like, Sam Darnold, here he is now. He was seeing ghosts, and now look at him with the Vikings. So Caleb Williams, just maybe he needs a little more time. You can't count anybody out.
Justin Fields.
All right, hour 3 after this. Damn it, hour 3?
I've just been feeling so sluggish lately. You should try the Metamucil 2-week challenge. The Metamucil 2-week challenge? Yeah, Metamucil 4-in-1 fiber helps trap and remove the waste that weighs you down. Start your daily routine now, and in 2 weeks, you could be feeling great. Well, it's been 2 weeks. How you feeling? Lighter and feeling great.
If you want to feel lighter by promoting digestive health, sign up to take the 2-week challenge at metamucil.com. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
My name is Mary Grace. I lost my mom to Alzheimer's in 2017. 2 months after losing her, my dad was diagnosed. The earlier the diagnosis you have, the more time you have with your loved one. With my dad, now that I know what's coming, I'm able to create memories not only for him, but for myself. So when he can't remember, I'll remember for him.
For more information, contact us at alz.org or through the 24/7 helpline at 800-272-3900. Sponsored by the Alzheimer's Association.
Sports betting apps are not created equal. Dylan Cohen from Beat the Book here to talk about the Sport Trade advantage. With higher payouts, Sport Trade is the ultimate sports betting experience. Sport Trade is the first sports betting app that gives you the option to see the odds expressed as probabilities, and it's changing in-game betting forever. If it's easier to understand 52% probability of winning versus minus 108 odds, then Sport Trade is for you. With this percent odds feature, cashing out now makes much more sense. As the win probability changes, so does the value of your bet. And if you're an experienced bettor and prefer American odds, you'll get pricing closer to minus 106 versus the normal minus 110, coupled with instant in-play betting. No more spinny wheels. So download Sport Trade today to see the difference and beat the book. Use promo code 1580 to earn 10% cash back on every bet you place in your first week. Terms apply.
Sport Trade is regulated by the Arizona Department of Gaming. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP.
In most countries of the world, Forte means door. United Forte Custom Doors, located in the Scottsdale Airport Design District, is now open with over 40,000 European doors, all in stock, ready for delivery, and at wholesale prices. Designers, contractors, builders, and yes, you. Come see our showroom on Greenway Hayden Loop. That's United Forte, Porte. Stop by to see and feel the quality at United Forte Custom Doors. Find us at uporte.com. That's uporte.com.
Think you can handle a few drinks and still drive safely? Think again. Buzzed driving is drunk driving, and drunk driving can land you in serious trouble. In Arizona, there's zero tolerance for impaired driving. Even one drink can cost you thousands in fines and legal fees. Plus, take away your driver's license. So plan ahead. Use a designated driver or rideshare. Get the facts at drivesober.az.gov. This message is sponsored by the Governor's Office of Highway Safety.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K257CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K240EU Mountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
It's time for the third hour.
All right, people, settle down because it's time. Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 5 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. Your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside not Randy White. He's drinking. He's already counted down the Australian New Year's Eve, and he's drinking to every time zone. We probably won't see him until next Monday, but Ralph from Harmon Solar is with us today. Keon Rose is in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, broadcasting live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. I really want to move on to some other things, but Ghetto Girl says, I predict Brock Purdy takes less money than he could get in order to keep the players around him. He will be the first Moneyball quarterback.
I don't know if you can be a Moneyball quarterback.
I doubt that.
If you just decide to take less money.
So I think John Lynch could probably like corner him and be like, just stand real close and over him and be like, "You're going to take this contract." He's a scary, scary man, that John Lynch.
And you see the way John Lynch used to hit people when he played for Tampa Bay? Because
he was mad last night on the broadcast, and I was like,
he looked like he wanted to strap it up and go and show that defense how to really do it.
A man that size wants to strap it on. You don't want to be around when that happens. Are we talking about the same thing?
No, I don't think we are. I don't think we are.
Bat Flipper says special quarterbacks are hard to come by. Mahomes, Jackson, Allen, Burrow, the only ones that are irreplaceable.
I mean, I don't know, man.
I don't know about that.
Lamar Jackson's pretty irreplaceable. You take him off the Baltimore Ravens, that is done.
They said irreplaceable. I said irreplaceable. Did I say that clear enough?
Yeah. I mean,
Bat Flipper said irreplaceable.
I don't know. I just think when you look at the playoffs, like Stafford may not be peak Stafford anymore.
Still good.
Yeah, you can't replace him with his backup and just go out there and win. It's just that there's a reason why that's the most important position in the game. And,
I mean, Kirk Cousins on the Colts next year, still good.
Yeah, like the quarterbacks are not.
Please don't.
I think you should.
Quarterbacks are not swappable like that. Like you can.
I don't
You can find some guys who are cast-offs that maybe teams gave up on too soon, but that's not everywhere, and there's still not even a lot of those guys to go around.
Lost Toby says Brock Purdy needs an O-line. Niners had people on their O-line this week that were on other teams' practice squads. So,
but it wasn't just this week; it's been all season. Look at his numbers. It's the performance he's had this year has not been great. It's been okay, but if you compare it to the first 17, 18 games of his career, it's just night and day.
And realize with Brock Purdy, and this is not a knock on Brock Purdy, a lot of rookie quarterbacks end up in the position he is in now when they know less about the game.
Exactly.
I hate that we're going right from that to talking about the Suns.
Are they still playing?
Oh, my God. This has turned into a disaster. Anytime you don't have all three guys, it's just garbage. So
you got them today. So
all three today?
That is from the last thing I read. Yeah. And you're playing an injured Grizzlies team. If you can't do it with this team, I don't know what to tell you.
I guess not. No Nurkic, you know why.
Yeah.
What about Grayson Allen? He's down as a game time decision. So's Bol and Royce O'Neal.
I was reading that Grayson Allen should play, but Royce O'Neal probably won't.
Yeah, right. I don't even know what to tell you about the Suns right now. It's very disappointing where we are right now, but it's early. Still early in the season, not going to worry about it, not going to panic, but they should win against the Grizzlies. They got all three guys, so shouldn't be heavy lifting. And John Morant is out.
Short-handed too, yeah. So
right. I don't know. You have any comments on this, or can I just move on?
This has got to be the get right game right here. This is
Thank
it.
you. All right. I got nothing. Russell Westbrook had a perfect triple double. He has these games every now and then, doesn't he? And then he has other games that makes you scratch your head. But he's still a great player.
Yeah, and he's still a bench guy right now, so it's not like they don't need him to have some of those games. He can be kind of average and okay, but then when they get that from him, that's what they brought him in for. It's just that shot in the arm that he gives that offense. Coming off the bench in particular, because he's Russell Westbrook, so it's hard to get him to play with other people very well. But as a second unit guy, that's terrifying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So think KD wants to play with Russell Westbrook again?
Probably not. Would be my guess.
He probably wants to play somewhere else, though.
No, I don't think so. Yeah,
what do you, Keon? I've been wanting to ask you this, if I can. What do you think about the Laker trade?
I was getting to it. Hold on, let me get you. Hold
Keon,
on
forget
here.
that question.
Well, no, I just bring it right up. I don't even give a damn. So the Lakers have picked up Finney Smith and sent Delaney. Okay, here's the whole trade. Dorian Finney-Smith and Shake Milton go to the Lakers, and then the Nets get D'Angelo Russell and Maxwell Lewis and 3 future second-round picks. Yeah, that seems like a lot of picks.
It is, but you're asking a team to take a player you clearly don't want, so you don't have the leverage, and they want the picks. Like they saw D'Angelo Russell playing. They don't really want him either, but we'll take him off your hands if you give us some picks, because the Nets are trying to rebuild. Having as many picks as possible helps with that. I think it's a really good trade for the Nets. I also think it's a really good trade for the Lakers. I think that you get a guy out of your locker room that it's not working. And LeBron does not like D'Angelo Russell. Yeah. He's not playing defense at all. The more that people on that team don't like him, because it's not just LeBron. Like, there are multiple guys in that locker room that are like, dude, what are you doing? And he was a net negative on the team.
And the guy you're bringing in is a good D player and can hit threes.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah. He's a 3-and-D guy. Dorian Finney-Smith has been a solid rotation player in this league for a long time and will continue to be that. I don't see how that hurts any team to have more of those guys. And then if the Lakers want to make another move with Finney-Smith, somebody else on their roster, or Shake Milton, like, they have the flexibility to do that with those guys. So it actually can set them up for another trade as well if there's another move they want to make to try and get better. So no, it's a good trade for both sides, I thought.
What did you think, Ralph?
I wasn't sure. I know the Lakers have been playing really well, but I feel like they need something. They need a piece, right? So I don't know what that piece is. I really don't. I love the way they're playing. I feel like they're starting to gel a little bit, but they feel like they're missing something. And Russell was just somebody that nobody wanted on the team. You could see it, you could hear it, you could feel it. So it was a good move to get rid of him, I thought.
And JJ hated him too, which is the other thing.
Yeah, that was another thing.
Like JJ's like, here's the play I drew up, and then D'Angelo Russell will go do a different thing. That's not good.
And Austin Reeves has been doing a good job playing that top point, like a little bit of point and stuff. And I'd rather have him than I have D'Lo. So
Bullseye says, did you hear LeBron say he wants to play another 5 to 8 years? Please, God, let this happen. Please let him stay on the Lakers. He won't.
That's not what he said.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. But here's the thing. Why would you not want LeBron James on a team right now? And if he's able to continue to play at that level, why wouldn't you want him? Here, look at the production he's had this season. 23.5 points on average. 49.6% shooting, 9 assists, almost 8 rebounds a game. And so far he's been healthy 28 of the 31 Laker games. So why wouldn't you want LeBron James continuing to play at that level? So he says, I could feel like I could do that, but he's not gonna. He says he's not gonna. He's just saying, I probably feel like I could. I don't know. I mean, this is maybe the prelude to an extra year or two.
Yeah. I mean, LeBron James apparently holds the record for the most NBA games in a row with at least 10 points. 1,222 straight games going all the way back to 2007. Most guys get to this stage in LeBron's career, and then you do have the 9-point game that kind of comes out of nowhere. It even happened to Jordan. Like, this is ridiculous. Why would you stop wanting that?
Right.
I don't get it.
Yeah, he is absolutely right. But also, he's not the first. He's not even the 30th 40-year-old to play the game. But I bet you could take a look at everybody who's crossed the 40 mark and continue to play the game. nobody has his current numbers.
No, I remember when Kareem played it. When Kareem was 40, he was still with the Lakers, but I mean, he had diminished tremendously. I mean, so yeah, this guy is insane. It's just amazing to watch this guy play night. And I mean, when I was 40, I couldn't have done anything close to that. I mean, I don't get it. I'm happy
He
he's a
won't
Laker, I guess.
win another championship with the Lakers.
He might.
That's not going to happen. The
I
Lakers
disagree
will
with
not
that.
win a championship.
Lakers look actually pretty darn good. And you know what? Redick has done a pretty darn good job as a coach.
I like their future with him as coach. I just don't know about the short term with LeBron, just because you are kind of like in that you're over that first apron. So it's a little hard to be flexible enough to bring in the talent that you need to compete for a title. But like if Anthony Davis has one of those like runs where he can stay healthy,
yeah,
that's the key for the Lakers. Is
But
like
they've
Anthony
won
Davis has
without
to reach
him
that
this
level.
year, and they've won without LeBron this year at times. So
Yeah, but
which is
playoffs
good.
are different. I think they need Anthony
Agreed.
Davis to be playing he has to be the best Laker.
But why they're better this year is Reeves is just coming into his own. Reeves is an amazing player, and Dalton Connect off the bench as well has been pretty amazing. They've got some tools. They've got some depth all of a sudden. They're and there's the other guy, I can't remember his name, who's getting it, Max Christie, who's actually starting to play really well. All these younger guys are starting to really come into their own.
Now
that bench is getting deeper.
I just don't know that this team beats OKC. I don't know if
I
this
don't know.
team beats like
In the
Denver.
playoffs, you never know.
You don't know, but OKC is oh boy, and they're not even healthy right now, and they're the best team in the league.
For some reason, once Ralph starts talking about like the Lakers, text line just goes another direction. Lacrosse guy says LaFlop is on PEDs. He's a cheater.
Prove it. We always say, prove it. Like the reason why we go after the
How can you
guys.
prove it? Like, do you think lacrosse guys can show up to his house and say, "I need to pee in this cup"?
Well,
he could.
He's never failed a test, so you're going to have to figure
Well,
out
my
how
point
he's
is
managed
lacrosse guy
that.
is just a guy. He can't prove it.
Because there have been
Somebody else has to prove it.
somebody else would have to prove it. But when he fails a test, then talk to me. I'm not going to sit here and guess who's on
LeBron would
PEDs.
whip it out and beat him over the head with it, and then probably pee all over him.
When there's some
There's your
kind
drug
of
test.
when there's like a Balco report and there's LeBron's name at the top, then we'll have that conversation. Until then, I'm not doing this guessing game of who's on PEDs and who's not.
Bullseye says, "Oh God, here goes Ralph again talking about his Lakers winning another championship. I just drove into oncoming traffic just laughing." Seems like that hurts you more than it would Ralph.
Yeah, I mean,
Ralph goes on with his day. He's just fine.
I'm good with that.
Bat Flipper says, "Your team sucks if you're talking about your bench."
I disagree.
I disagree with that
That
too.
doesn't make
I'm
any
sorry.
sense.
The Lakers have a bench, unlike Phoenix.
We do not have a bench.
Have you?
Which is
No,
why
there's
they'll never
no
win.
like you can't possibly watch basketball and watch like long postseason runs and tell me benches aren't important. In
Benches
most
are very
You're
important.
absolutely insane.
It's why the Suns will not win again because their bench is non-existent. The Lakers have.
I
actually
don't think
developed
the
a
Suns.
bench.
I don't think the Suns have a non-existent.
Oh, you know
bench.
what? Let me
I-
edit this for you, Bat Flipper. Let me help you out. Let's see. Your team sucks if you're talking about your. Okay, here's what you really meant to say. Ralph sucks.
That sounds.
That's
more-
what you probably
that sounds
should.
more in
You
line.
should have typed that.
Be quicker about
That's
it.
where you're going with it.
I
but-
agree.
I don't think the Suns have a non-existent bench. I think it's a pretty shallow bench, but like once
Okay,
you get into the playoffs, that is the rotation of a playoff bench. It's just that during the regular season, if any one of their starters gets hurt, which happens all the time, now that bench is actually just a starting unit. And now you really don't have a bench.
Mm-hmm.
But if they're healthy, it's a decent bench.
Well, if they don't watch out, they're not going to make the playoffs. They better.
Well,
get
then
their act
that's the big issue right here is, get back on track.
I don't want to hear you calling my team bad or me bad when we're looking back at you going, "Oh yeah, you're still in the league."
I don't know what the hell
Uh-huh.
happened on the. I think it's part of the magnetic shift in the atmosphere. I don't know if you
Oh,
you don't.
from this Magna storms, yeah.
You just don't know science.
Mhm.
Lost Toby says Ralph couldn't do any of what LeBron does at 40, even when he was 20. No,
That's not true.
No,
That-
who could?
That is
You could
also
not.
that's none of us. None
Ralph,
of us.
Don't.
When I was 20, I went on the elementary school grounds and I used to play with the 8-foot rims, and I was pretty darn good.
Yeah, versus kindergartners.
They were
Yeah,
small, agreed, but I dominated.
No, I mean that. No, I mean I can't lie. So did I.
Yeah, I mean you were the Wemby of that particular
I
playground.
was.
Yeah,
I had a 2 or 3 inch, vertical, but it was dominated.
it was just a quadruple double. Against
Ralph
eighth
fouled
graders.
out so many times the cops were called on multiple occasions.
There were a few instances of police. Yes.
throwing some elbows at a 15-year-old. Just
And it did happen.
911, what's your emergency? He's back. He's back. Bullseye says, why does Ralph have to take cheap shots at my sons every time he gloats about his Lakers?
Because
my sons too.
The Lakers. I mean,
and right now we got no defense.
To be fair to Ralph, every time Ralph comes on the show, even when we talk about the Suns, people take shots at the Lakers. So I think he's justified in firing back.
Especially when we're having a better season. I mean,
At
my
the
gosh,
moment.
you have a song about it.
Let's not
At
act
the
like
moment.
let's not act like Ralph comes on here and everyone is just nice and innocent to him and he's just
Yeah,
being
but
so mean.
At the moment.
You know, as bad as my team is, they had a championship 4 years ago. When's yours last one? Oh, yeah, it didn't happen. That's why.
At the moment.
Just saying.
Big George says it's time to trade away Beal, Booker, and Durant.
Okay, that's a little extreme.
Not only can you not do
Fire
that,
all of them.
it's simply not possible. You'd like literally you can't do that. They're over the apron, and despite the fact that trade would the trade can't even put them below because the contracts have to match.
You're
No,
stuck with
it's
Beal.
not possible. And like Beal's fine, by the way. Beal's been playing great. It's that they didn't have Booker, and so like there's no other help. It's like Durant and Beal were doing fantastic, and then there's a massive talent drop off after that.
Silver Pop says, son of a bench. The Suns don't have a bench. You are correct. Navy Brad says, just call Ralph sir. Oh, no, we do. Lost Toby says, LeBron definitely has an unfair advantage with the amount of money he's able to spend on his body. I'm not complaining, by the way. I'm just stating fact. Well, and he spends $1 million a year to maintain his body. If somebody else was serious, they could do the same.
Yeah.
thing.
Well, LeBron's a billionaire, so to have $1 million a year for just that is something that other players don't have. If you
bull crap. Because if I made $10 million a year as a player, I could peel off $1 million. I mean, heck, if I was a
Sure.
Christian man to be giving that $1 million to God, might as well give it to my body. You know,
I mean,
And
you
still
say
have
that, but
$9
it's not-
more
but when a
million
guy-
dollars. God can have one of those million. Now I got $8 million.
Sure,
No,
but
any
like
player who wanted to do it like LeBron does it could do it. They just
I
don't.
disagree because if you make $10 million a year and you live in, like, for instance, you play in a place where there's like a lot of state income tax and your agent's taking 20% of your amount, then no. And you're and the
The
tax,
price of doing business. LeBron is paying it, and then look what it's getting him.
and he has $1 billion that he
You
even
don't
after
get that
even
$1 billion
even-
without the investment.
even after taxes, he's fine.
You know,
You're
Ralph
not,
doesn't know
you're
science.
not
You
fine.
just don't know business.
You're not fine. That's what I'm saying. LeBron just has an advantage, and he's been the chosen one since high school. You haven't. So the endorsements and the extra stuff LeBron's been getting, you don't get that. No, LeBron's had an advantage, and
I would spend the $1 million on
but
myself.
the
and
initial
I would
advantage
keep
was
my career going.
he was the most athletic 17-year-old on the planet Earth at one point. So, like,
But you could have all the money in the world. If you don't put in the work, it doesn't matter.
yeah,
So it's a stupid argument. I mean, he does the work.
yeah. In
I'm
addition,
saying, anybody who does the work and invests in themselves in a
But-
similar way, do what the great ones do to try to be great yourself.
LeBron came into the league with a Nike endorsement. No, there's
No, I
nobody
get
else
that.
coming into the league with that advantage. Like there's a handful
Yeah,
of guys,
well,
maybe. So let's not act like
there's
it's an equal. It's an
greatness.
equal playing
I didn't
field
say
for
it was-
everybody.
I didn't say it was equal. He was born that way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But
like,
if
to
I were
stay that
able
way,
to make
he's-
it into the NBA, I would look over it. I'm like, how's LeBron doing this? And be like, oh, then I'm going to do the same thing. That means I already have the talent. That means I already have the money. I'm going to start to invest similarly to what he's doing and try to maintain myself the same way. I guarantee you it pays
And
dividends.
It pays dividends for a lot of guys who are capable of doing that, but not everybody has the same amount of money to spend on their bodies.
I
is my
believe in
point.
myself. I would have the money. I would have the money. Listen, when I was a kid and I worked at Gulfland, Sunsplash in Mesa. When I was a kid, I was the only arcade guy that who could date a lifeguard. You don't know the social pecking order of that place, and I achieved that. Oh my God!
That's actually pretty impressive.
The people in the blue shirts that made pizza, nobody wanted to F them. But the people in the arcade with the green shirts, mostly just nerdy. But then there was the lifeguards, the coolest to cool, and I dated them all. And I was the one, I was the unicorn. You know why I was in the arcade? Because I like the air conditioning. That's why. Anyway, so if I can do that, I can, if I had a dream.
You were a man whore.
No, I mean, I didn't.
Yes, you were. You just said you slept with all the lifeguards.
I never said slept. Dated.
Okay, whatever. You took him out for pizza. I'm sure you tried to give him something also. Anyway,
Oh my God, you're so vulgar.
You're the one being proud of the fact that you did this.
I said dated him. I didn't say.
I know what dated means.
I had no unplanned pregnancies.
That you're aware of.
When I was 16. Anyway,
when I was 16.
Gotta take a break. We'll come back and
You might as well.
we'll pick this back up, whatever the hell this is. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 Fanatic.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. And now it's our lowest price of the season on our top-selling i8 smart bed. Your best savings plus special financing. Exclusively at a Sleep Number store near you. All Sleep Number smart beds offer temperature solutions for your best sleep. Learn more at sleepnumber.com.
Hi, guys. Jeffrey O'Brien here. Have you ever gone to HarmonSolar.com? Well, you really need to, because everything you ever wanted to know about how solar power can save you big on your monthly electric bill is right there. It's online. Through your phone or through your computer, you can learn about tax credits, the equipment they use, look at how they do things for businesses as well as homeowners, see testimonials from happy customers, and I hear they got a pretty good podcast too. Check it out. Go to HarmonSolar.com. That's HarmonSolar.com.
They're going to go nuts when he hits this thing.
It went in. The People's Open is back. See the PGA Tour's best tee it up at the 2025 WM Phoenix Open February 3rd through the 9th at TPC Scottsdale. Get tournament and ticket info at WMPhoenixOpen.com. WMPhoenixOpen.com.
My pain is considerable, but that prescription is dangerous.
The side effects of my medicine are worse than my condition.
I'm in recovery. I can't take those pills.
When faced with a health crisis, you shouldn't have to choose between risks.
At the Naturopathic Physicians Group in Scottsdale, our medical doctors are experts in full spectrum care using a natural approach. Patients come in for a variety of issues, including joint pain, chronic conditions, and issues specific to men's and women's health. Our naturopathic doctors can restore pain-free joint function and restore balance in immune, digestive, and hormone systems, which often improves immediate physical symptoms without having you take a bunch of pills. If traditional medicines aren't working, don't you think it's time to start feeling like yourself again? Call Naturopathic Physicians Group at 480-451-6161. That's 480-451-6161. Or go to naturopathicgroup.com.
Hey, Blender here on 1580, the Fanatic. Navy Brad says, Jeffrey, is that a 1973 Camaro behind you? Nice car. Oh, yeah, I got my new muscle car calendar, but you are incorrect. I'll give you another shot at the year, and then I'll tell you. It's not my favorite year of Camaro. In fact, nothing in the 70s is a year of a Camaro that I actually like. So 888-368-1580. Bat Flipper says, Booker for Embiid. Would you do it?
No. Are you serious? If you think the big three is injured now, how many games has Joel Embiid played this year?
Bat Flipper didn't put it like a just kidding emoji or nothing. Again,
his knees are made out of glass. There's no chance.
People of the cell phone industry, I know you're listening because every time I talk about anything, it shows up in my ads. So I know you're listening. But cell phone industry, please give us the ability to do italics in our text messages so we can call that sarcastica. That is the font of sarcasm, is italics. So when Bat Flipper texts that in, Booker for Embiid, would you do it in italics? We were like, oh, yeah.
Oh, that's right. He's being sarcastic. Of course.
Yeah, spell that Bat Flipper. Number one Rattler fan says, congratulations, Ralph, on your championship.
Thank you.
It's never easy. Side note, have any of you guys ever seen an undefeated fantasy season, 14-0, 3-0 in the playoffs, in 37 years of fantasy football? I've seen it twice.
Never seen it.
I don't remember.
I know I haven't.
I don't
Seeing it-
remember.
Seeing it twice is amazing.
I don't know. I'd have to go back and take a look at some of the records because we got lost records from before when we were over in Southern Cal and then other times we were doing fantasy football. So don't know. I certainly wasn't me. I mean, I've won the Premier League. I've won the fantasy football championship here, but not 14-0. I don't think I've ever seen a undefeated team.
How long ago did you win?
2014, 15, something like that. I don't know. It was a while ago, man. We're talking, it was SoCal, but it was a long time ago. I mean,
it's hard.
Trying to remember my record that year. I can't. I'll have to go back and look. Bullseye says, is Ralph suggesting that Ralph slept with all the lifeguards, including the guys? That is one step too far, Ralph. You need to keep it in line.
I'm suggesting Jeffrey did, but I didn't say with the guys.
No, well, not the women. What? 888-368-1580.
What?
Swazman says, can you imagine in 15 years, Tom Brady versus LeBron James running for president of the United States?
I'd rather not.
Can I just say that those are pretty good options compared to what we've had lately? Don't you think?
And I would still rather not.
No, I'd rather not, but like if you gave me a choice between Donald Trump, Kamala Harris, Joe Biden, Tom Brady, LeBron James,
I would like the people who maybe know the law, though, is the thing.
LeBron James knows the law.
Does he?
I guarantee you he knows the law.
Okay. I don't.
Tom Brady.
I don't want LeBron or Brady to be my president. That sounds terrible.
Tom Brady has people who know the law.
And I think that would be a very bad sign for this country when a former basketball player and a former football player are your politicians.
Listen,
at that point,
Keon,
it's just
look at this world right now. I just want anybody but the people that we've had for a while.
You think it can't get worse, and I
How
strongly
can it get
disagree.
worse?
It's going to get better.
We keep saying that every 4 years, and every 4 years
It's been bad like the last 9, 12
it's
years.
just been a bad run. It did the last time he was in office. It didn't get better.
People
I'm just telling you.
I agree with you, but I'm going to tell you, people are starting to talk unity, and both sides are starting to actually want to work with each other. And if that happens, that's just great for all of us.
Who have you been listening
Yeah,
to?
what side, man? Are you off
side.
Twitter? You must be off Twitter.
Are you not watching this stuff?
Because I'm not. I mean, I'm not on Twitter, but like I have friends from both sides of everything, and like people do not sound further apart than they do.
Tell you what,
now.
Ralph. I pray you're right. I want you to be so right about
I
that.
do too. Because we all.
But
need
it's not what I'm seeing right
That's
now.
what I'm hearing, and I hope it's right because I want to see it because we all need to get better.
I got to watch that Civil War movie so I know exactly what to expect.
Oh gosh, things are gonna. You watch these next 4 years are gonna be good for us.
Okay.
They're
Okay,
gonna be-
Rush.
And if they are, we admit they're good for
You got to adjust your cochlear implant there, Rush. 602 Pats fan says, Jeffrey for Emperor. I could solve everything that fast.
We'd be at war in 6 months with
You
everybody.
say that like that's a bad thing.
With everybody.
It would be.
We wouldn't be at war with anybody. I'd chill, man. I'm just trying to take care of America's problems.
Somebody would, instead of banning them, you'd fire a bomb at them. Just like you ban people on the text line, you would just go after them.
Don't think the button is as easy to
Yeah,
fire
there's a
the
button,
bombs.
all right, though. I can just see you turning it.
It's not like I can just go click right there. I'd have to turn this and put in a code. And by then I'd be like, can I just get a pudding? Can somebody give me a pudding pop or something?
It'd be dangerous.
Navy Brad says, I had a 75 Camaro for my first car. I guess that right there is a 71. Bam, you are correct. Good job, Navy Brad. Good job. I just like the 60s, late 60s Camaros.
69.
Like those better. You know, no,
69
I mean,
Camaro.
67, 68, 69, whatever.
I had a 75 too.
Yeah. I mean, those aren't bad. I'm not
They weren't
saying
bad.
they're bad. I just don't prefer those.
No, the 61s were nicer. Early 70.
Lost Toby says, big 3, more like the hurt 3. Am I right? I just, right there. There's a block button right there.
See?
Pickle D says, which is worse, not knowing the law or knowing the law and not caring? Food for thought.
That's a good question.
You're in the wrong place, man. You don't try to feed our thought. Our thought's been starving for years. I don't need to feed those thoughts. Both are not good. Lacrosse guy says, wow, first time ever. I agree with Ralph. Oh. So
we should play more lacrosse.
Another MAGA hat right there.
Oh, that's not
Look
what
at
that
that.
is.
Just
That's a USA hat, is what it is. Not a MAGA hat. That's the difference.
I hope you're right. That's all I'm going to say. I hope you're right. I think everyone is a disaster.
Politicians,
all
are
the
what they are.
politicians. So this is not a Republican Democrat thing. This is just we stink. This country stinks right now. And if everybody can get together and start doing good, well then hell yeah, that'll be great. But I'm not counting on it.
I wouldn't say the country stinks, but
we stink right now.
No,
we're not bright. Bullseye, and we haven't been for a long time. So again, not a political statement.
No, I don't think it is.
Bullseye says this show should be renamed Two Liberals and a Conservative. Shocking that Ralph is the rational one. See, this is why we don't talk about stuff like this.
Yeah. Also, anyway, whatever.
I like how you pointed out that you're a liberal, Jeffrey, because you are.
I'm not. I didn't point that out. It's Bullseye saying that. By the way,
But I agree.
I'm the guy in the middle. I'm not liberal.
Yeah.
Middle left.
I'm
Even Keon's not.
I
playing that.
don't think Jeffrey's liberal, but also I'm not. So
No.
I'm more progressive. I go.
You go way left. You're AOC.
Yeah,
You're AOC.
So you've progressed way left.
No, that's
Is
just,
that-
no. That's just
He's a progressive youth movement.
Here's
yeah,
the thing.
It's just like you're just.
Those labels are kind of dumb. Let me tell you what. I get 100
They all
people
are
in a
kinda
room, and I get all the Republicans. I get all these Democrats. I get them in a room. Say we strip down those letters, and we say, okay, let's talk about what we care about as people. And I guarantee you, at the end of that, most of the people in that room are going to agree on the same kinds of things. It's just when we start
agree.
putting the labels
Yeah.
on it and the stupidity on it
And
and,
that's-
the hero worship on it and the dump on it, that's when things get dumb.
I agree because like people when you say you're a liberal, you assume you know everything about all of my opinions. Ask me about guns, you'll be shocked to know what I think. This is
Keon is pointing one at us
it's
right
just-
now.
exactly. Like
No,
this
you're
is just
not a typical liberal.
it's just you.
I love how Ralph likes to
it's
try
just-
to incite by throwing these labels
I'm
around.
complimenting him.
I'm just saying that like people are more complicated than just a label you slap on them.
Mm-hmm.
No, almost nobody you know is a typical liberal or a typical conservative or whatever. Like their people are more complicated than that. If you talk about them on single issues, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? What do you think about that? You have a better idea of what they think than just he's a liberal, so he's not rational. Like that's just dumb.
So
What I-
Ralph
what I-
knows I'm not liberal, but yet he likes to say that to try to gunge me.
I
I'm
do.
pretty sure he's not retarded, but I tell people he's smart. So I mean, I don't know I don't know why you try to start fights like that, Ralph.
Well, you make excuse me. you make comments that lean pretty hard left.
But I also make comments leaning pretty hard, right?
Not really.
I
would say your
you
ratio
just
is
absorb those because you're just
70
used to that rhetoric.
You're 70-30 left.
Man,
and what
it's just-
Keon's saying
ain't no
about the
70-30
typical,
because
a typical
me
liberal.
and Jeffrey have talked about things and we do not agree to 70-30.
So here's what we don't agree.
I can
So
tell
here's
you
what-
that right now.
I am
here's
in
what
the
we don't
middle.
agree.
You need to just deal with it.
I don't agree with the people that let other like organizations think for them. So when someone does a few talking points, they're not somebody I'll ever have a conversation with because they're too stupid to think for themselves. That's what I'm talking about. And you have
Both
that on
directions.
I was
fair
gonna say you
enough.
have that on both sides.
Yeah, yeah.
Those are the people that just need to be out of the equation and not in the conversation.
If you watch Fox all day, you're going to come to certain conclusions because you've been told. And if you watch MSNBC all day, you're going to come to certain conclusions because you've been told. And that
I watch them all.
that's to me is silly.
No, I watch them all, and you can see
That
exactly
makes
what's
more
going on.
sense, honestly.
Yeah,
because
I watch the
everybody's got a
BBC,
bias.
so you can all kiss my ass. I just watch news. That's all I want is news. I don't.
Well, you're
need
not going to get that today.
a slant.
If
I
you
don't
want
need
news,
it.
you have to go online.
Driving behind a guy with a Newsmax sticker on his truck, and I was just thinking, man, just put the Trump sticker on. Don't try to be subtle.
Newsmax is not hardcore Trump.
Don't be subtle. Oh dear God.
They're all over the place.
Are they?
I don't know what they are. I don't know what they are.
It was on this day about 15 years ago. I found a post from me, that whole, hey, remember this? And I had said, one thing I would do if I were a billionaire or if I were the emperor, and thank you, Navy Brad, he voted for me. If I were emperor, I would just create one singular unbiased news source. Or if I win the lottery and I got like the $1 billion lottery, I would go out and I would start an honest, unbiased, straight news source that would just tell you exactly like they used to do the news. And if somebody started trying to throw a slant, you're fired. I just wish we had that. Don't you wish we had that?
I think the closest you'll get to that are going to be certain podcasts that are out there. That's pretty much the way of the future.
Yeah, and there's some
like if you listen to
independent
Joe
journalists
Rogan,
and
I think
stuff.
Joe Rogan is
Joe Rogan is
pretty
an
damn
idiot.
center. No, I don't
He's
think
not.
he is. He's not an idiot.
I can't.
He's
I
not
can't.
center. He
I
just
can't.
isn't.
I think he lays it out there. The
Sure,
reason you say that is because
he's honest about what he is.
He's
though.
forgetting to
Yes,
clean
he's
his
very
bong.
honest about what
And like that's the thing with his
Honest
opinions,
don't make you right.
it doesn't make you right, but it's like, okay, at least I know where you're coming from. You're not pretending to be neutral. You're just saying this, and I'm like, okay, well,
okay, valid point. Like if you turn CNN on, they'll sit there and tell you they're neutral. They're full of crap. They're far from neutral.
yeah,
They're
like
hardcore
that's not essential either.
Right.
I wouldn't say they're
Just
hardcore left.
They're both Fox
because
and
no one watches
CNN.
them anymore because they're so hard left.
Fox and CNN dripping with the same contempt.
But it's funny how Fox has these outrageous ratings compared to everyone else, where CNN's about to be sold and be put out of business, and same with MSNBC. Yet Fox is the station that everybody watches. Why is that?
Because the people who are the most fanatic on that side, you know,
and also if you're
it's
if
more
you're-
like
if
it's
you're-
a lot
I
like
think it's like
professional wrestling.
if you're left, you're more likely to be younger. You're not watching cable TV.
No, you're online.
Yeah, it's like CNN's cable TV. Who's there's nobody on that side of the aisle watching them. They're not talking to anybody.
How did you do that, Moist One? He actually sent me Sarcastica. He sent me a text in italics.
Some keyboards do it, I think.
He says, "I want to put a liberal amount of kisses on Ralph's cute, chubby cheeks."
I
Oh my
want
God.
I want
How
to
do you do that?
conservatively wish I never heard that.
Can I do that?
Conservatively wish. That's funny.
Hold on, I don't care about anything that happens next. How do you get italics on your phone?
Ask
How do
him
you
if-
do that?
Maybe he'll tell you.
I got to find out. We've lost everyone today, by the way.
Well, now we're.
I'm
political.
sure. I'm sure.
This is Hannity and Combs right now.
Hannity and comb your beard. Bullseye says, have you listened to News Nation? They're as unbiased as it gets and pride themselves on delivering the news. I just bet. Random Texter says, holy crap, am I listening to 1580 The Blender or 620 KTAR? Oh, they couldn't do it as fun as us.
No.
Historian says, remember, those who drink the grapes of wrath the night before will suffer the wrath of grapes the morning after.
That's true.
Okay.
I'm not drinking the grapes of wrath tonight, just a lot of bourbon.
Lost Toby says, when the hell did I flip over to NPR? There has to be some.
This is not nearly boring enough for that. I don't know what you mean by that.
Oh, we could be, but believe me, we can be boring. But hey, we'd be burned off a whole segment.
Wow, political segment. That's amazing.
Look, the final day of the year.
So we have to just sort of all agree to this. Ralph, you're the conservative. Keon, he's the liberal. I'm the guy in the middle, and that's just the way it is. You don't see me as the middle. You don't see me as a conservative. Keon doesn't see me as a liberal. I have many opinions that make Keon's toes curl. Here's the thing. I don't think that conservatives have the market cornered on racism and stupidity. And if they do, well, it makes it a lot easier. But there's a lot of it on that side, but there's still a lot of it on the other side too.
It's just very
all over.
easy to just make assumptions about people based on what you think their politics are. And I think I think it's just really dumb to assume that instead of just talking to the person. Hey, what do you think about this?
I agree.
And then we can disagree on that, but then I don't have to assume a bunch of stuff about you.
But that statement coming from you is not atypical of people that think like you.
I want to get like a Michael
disagree.
Dukakis button. I'm just going to wear that.
Just like it's
I
not
think people are more open minded than you give them credit for. But you have to start there, and we're not used to it.
The problem is that social media and the internet makes us believe that our country is something that it's not, because we only see the extremes on there. We don't see the average guys like me and you or Jeffrey that really actually can think and have a conversation about things and not agree all the time. That's what you do not see online. You see the extreme on one side and the extreme on the other.
And
that's the difference.
That's
I
what
go out
social
in the
media
world and I
services
still
want.
think we're just dumb as hell.
It's absolutely the business plan of Facebook and Twitter.
Yes.
When you start expressing certain opinions and you follow people who share certain opinions, what they like to do is find the most extreme opinion to yours. And this is just, they've shown this in their algorithms, they feed that to you.
Yes.
And so now you're just angry. You're just angry online all day, all
You
the
know
time.
what? Maybe I'm going the wrong direction. Instead of starting my own news company, I should start my own social media company. Jeff Book or
Jeff Book.
I don't know.
Jiffer?
I haven't quite figured it out yet.
I don't think Bill Belichick trademarked friend face.
Oh, yeah. Or snap face.
Snap face, yeah.
Snap face.
It'll make it fun. Well, I really didn't mean to go down that road. I don't think Radio Ron's that thrilled about it either. He just texted it in.
Do you think he? Oh, okay. I was like, do you
Happy
think he's
New
listening?
Year, Blender Boys, and Fourth Dimension. News Nation is really good.
See?
I thought we were going to get yelled at. Moist One says people treat affiliations like their favorite sports team. That's a problem. That's what I mean by it.
Yeah.
Politics is like professional wrestling,
which is why I like to argue, but I don't really like to argue about politics because then that gets a little too it makes it too frivolous. Like some of the stuff is actually serious
and it gets personal.
And we need to figure it out.
F you, Ralph.
I don't want to make light of it in the way that I can argue about football because it's football.
You know, in the amazing words of John Fetterman, I hope he succeeds over these next 4 years because it's good for all of us.
Well,
what show is he on?
He's the is he a senator or a congressman from Pennsylvania? He's Democrat.
I thought that was the guy from the Great British
every time you have a
Bake-Off.
president, you hope that it's
I don't
good.
care- I don't care what side they're on. And in the past, that's what you've seen in this country. It doesn't matter what side they're on. You hope that they succeed because it's good for all of us.
No,
That's all.
that should be true every 4 years.
But in 2016, that wasn't true. I'm hoping it's true in 2024 because we all need to be in a better place because I'm sorry, these last 4 years, not very good.
The 4 years before that were kind of crap too, Ralph. The 4 years before that were kind of
just
crap
saying.
too,
Not
Ralph.
gonna lie, from the time that I was a kid to now, I feel like they hadn't. I'm just not thrilled about.
You know how you know
about
it's
all
gonna
of
be
them.
better? It's going to be better because the Commanders are in the playoffs. That's how you know.
It's
haven't seen that in a lifetime.
The only thing that unites that entire city is that football team.
And the Wizards are a 5-win team. These are the things that we know.
Listen,
You guys ready to fix America? Make me your emperor. That's all. That's all there is.
the Wizards are a 5-win team, and at the end of it, there better be a Cooper flag. That's
Oh.
I need that guy on our basketball team. That's all I'm looking at.
Oh, you're fighting New Orleans for him right
I
now.
know.
Are we just glossing over the fact that I should be running things?
Yeah,
We've talked about it on a number of occasions. so I
I'm
just
pretty
feel like
sure
Somebody
everybody
says the wrong
agrees.
thing, and it's going to be like, push the button, Liechtenstein, gone. Push the button, Kazakhstan, gone.
I
Like,
would
no,
have.
we can't
I
have
would have.
them.
I would have blocked more people if that were true. That is just
Kazakhstan.
simply not true. How many stuns do we need, though? Really?
That's what I'm saying.
You know,
Oh my
I
God.
mean, if I dust off one or two of them, is that really a bad
If
thing?
you're an emperor, and the UN will be out of business.
You're like, Jesus Christ, we really need Iceland? No, we don't.
Yes.
All right, taking a break. We'll come back and stop talking about this stuff. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-488-2594. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-488-2594. That's 800-488-2594. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Must qualify for enrollment. Results may vary.
Now open in Scottsdale. It's United Forte Custom Door Showroom with 40,000 Euro doors and hundreds of state-of-the-art designs and finishes on display, plus kitchen cabinets, bathroom vanities, and more, all at wholesale prices. Builders, contractors, designers, and yes, you. Come see our showroom on Greenway Hidden Loop. That's United Forte, Forte. Stop by to see and feel the quality. United Forte Custom Doors. Find us at uporte.com. That's uporte.com.
Between all the holiday parties
Weekend tailgates.
and family get-togethers,
We've been overindulging a little more than usual over the holidays. But now we are starting the new year off on a healthier note by taking Active Liver supplements from New Nordic every day.
Active Liver contains a powerful blend of turmeric, milk thistle, and globe artichoke extract, all natural ingredients that help protect the liver so that it can protect you from toxins. It's like giving my body a daily detox. I've never felt better, and my energy is through the roof.
And my doctor is already impressed with how much better my numbers are looking. So if better health, more energy, and detoxing your body are some of your priorities this year, get Active Liver today and start the year off knowing you're giving your liver some well-deserved relief.
Active Liver is available in both tablets and as a delicious gummy. You can find Active Liver in stores at your local CVS or online at Amazon or NewNordicUSA.com.
Looking for a gift for your kids or loved ones? Consider getting them something they'll use for the rest of their lives. An education. Open an AZ 529 education savings plan today. Contribute just $50 a month, and they'll have nearly $20,000 by graduation. Plus, your money grows tax-free and can be used for college, vocational school, or workforce training. An AZ 529 account will help them unwrap their full potential. Learn more at az529.gov.
This message is sponsored by the Office of the Arizona State Treasurer.
1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Live and local.
Hey, Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Lost Toby says, Jeffrey, if you're in charge, can I get my tax return and alcohol? Hell yeah. Hell yeah, because I bet we can get a good discount on it. If you want your tax return and alcohol, it'll save this great nation a few bucks. Yes, that would definitely be a thing under my leadership. A Bullseye says, I may need some of that Active Liver after some libations tonight. Thanks for the tip. Yeah, I hope everybody has a fun and safe New Year's Eve tonight. And, you know, a lot of people are staying home and trying to avoid the mess. But if you are out there, just remember, it ain't worth it. I posted this up today. The average DUI is going to set you back $10,000. The average funeral will set you back $7,500. An Uber ride's like $12 within a couple of miles, maybe 50 if you live far away. So don't be an idiot tonight when you're out doing your thing. What are people out doing anyway? Where's the big party here? Is it down in Tempe again? Last time I went out,
there's a big party.
It was Tempe. I don't know where's the New Year's fun happening.
I thought there was something going on at the State Farm.
Oh yeah, at the stadium, huh?
That's what I thought I saw.
I think a lot of people are just like really excited for the big game tomorrow in Atlanta, the Longhorns and the Sun Devils.
Sun Devils going down to Georgia.
Man, my Twitter is just on fire with people are just taking pictures of this, that, and the other, the field, the parties, the paint on the it's crazy. It is, and I guess they've put out like ASU T-shirts for every single person that is sitting, in the ASU part of the stadium. So, but as you scroll through, tomorrow is going to be something. Tomorrow is going to be something. I hope it keeps going. I hope it keeps going for ASU. I know the odds are against us, but hey, you got to play the game and you hope for the best. And we got some pieces, and I'm sure that Texas is going to focus a whole lot to stopping Cam Scatterboot. Just don't know if they've got the ability to completely do that. You can only hope to slow them down a little bit. Moist one says Boise State and Penn State, they're playing at State Farm. Well, they're playing at State Farm here?
Is that tonight?
I didn't know that was here.
That's what it was then. I saw something about going on there tonight.
Yeah, that's the Fiesta Bowl.
The Verbo Fiesta Bowl. Yeah. Let's see. It's 10 minutes and 41 seconds into the first quarter, and so far, no score yet. So, who's going to win this again? Boise? You said Boise?
I picked Boise State. Yeah.
What did Against the Spread say earlier?
Also Boise.
Yeah. I just don't want anything good to happen to turn and look the other way while kids are getting abused state. I don't need that. Moist one says, yeah, thank you for that. Navy Brad says, congratulations to Donnie in League 5 for winning it all. Yeah, all right. I mean, he's just, I just don't understand. Here's the text exchange. He's like, how do I get my gift card?
It's like, you won a week of picks or something? No, I thought you said on air all league winners get $100. No, it's a check. He says, how much? Harmon Solar or a gift card?
It's $100 check from Harmon Solar that we will send you once we have all the information.
Do you want us to make it out to your wife? Because I feel like she's probably smart enough to cash the check. I'm not sure how well you're going to do with an actual check. These are like grown-up things, Donnie. So just let us know if we should make it out to her. I mean, how many times can I tell you it was a check? Baker's Cocky Hens says Penn State 27, Boise 6. Well, that's not a current score, right?
No, that's
just what he thinks.
His current score is 0-0, even though right now they're starting.
They've started. How long are the quarters? 12 minutes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's been underway for a couple minutes. So, all right. So, I'm just looking around trying to figure out what we're going to talk about here for a few minutes.
I can't believe we're still on the air.
You know what? I
thought for sure you were going to cut it off about 4:30.
I really thought we'd get there too, but I got a bunch of NFL we never even talked about. Stuff that needed to be talked about.
Got Thursday.
And we decided to have an episode of Crossfire.
Yeah.
A 15-minute episode of Crossfire.
That's fun.
You know, I'd like to militarize the border. See, how's that for liberal? Yeah, shut that thing down and protect the health and the safety of the people who are coming over, and make sure the right people get over. Right, like
that's
that.
not liberal and that's not conservative. That's American.
Been telling you I'm in the middle all this time. Big Jake says Penn is going to whip that arse. Well, that's what they like to do. It just,
oh boy.
Do you mean the team? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
It means the teams.
Pickle D says they're selling the house, the farm, and their grandma's heirlooms to stop Janti right now. What the hell is he talking about?
Ashton Genty, he's the running back for Boise State. He's great.
So.
Yeah, Heisman finalist, and he's the guy to keep an eye out for, because if Boise State has Ashton Genty rolling, that's a tough team to beat.
Why do they need to sell their house?
That I don't know. I'm not.
Is it that
metaphor is not
that
clear to
Greg
me?
Haig guy with the hands who's selling it and creeping everyone out? I mean, that Penn State would probably anyway. Lost Toby said just crossed over to Arizona. Time to lay a massive parlay. God, I miss legal sports betting.
You know, the people who go on vacation in other states where it's not legal, maybe they go to California and then they're stuck with daily fantasy as the only thing they can do to get by.
Just tiptoe across the border and get that thing to work. Big George has a great idea. Says we should just pay Donnie and huck to a cryptocurrency.
Oh, wow.
Can Harmon Solar make that happen?
It's not worth anything right now. So.
We could absolutely make that happen.
So are you sure?
I think it's very cool that you're going to go ahead and give your opponent, Ziggy, the $200 for Premier League wins, since you are not eligible.
He deserves it. He got there, and I'm not eligible. So
yeah,
I could have been a jerk and said, no one gets it, but I'm not going to do that.
I thought you were going to just say, nope, I get it.
No, I would never take it because we sponsored it, right? So, but I could have just said, no, it doesn't get paid out, but.
Or just quietly just sort of not said anything. Just
he got to the championship, and that's hard enough as it is. So I'm going to give him that. He deserves it.
Premier League is no joke,
it's
man.
Brutal, man.
It's a tough league.
So again, the people who are moving up to Premier League, Fecal Mist, Fighting Wampa, and Blue Magic. Those are the teams that are going on. I mean, listen, we got like 14 leagues, so not everybody can get into the Premier League. So everybody else is just, take the money and be happy you won. So I don't want to start another conversation here. So hold on. Let me just get this. It's time now for On This Date in Big George's sports history.
Back in the year 1967, the Dallas Cowboys and the Green Bay Packers played for the NFL championship under painful conditions in the infamous Ice Bowl. Temperature was 14 degrees below zero at the start of the game. I'm not doing all the wins, George, but
it's so specific. It's just unnecessary.
I hate that. Like, nobody cares which direction the wind was coming from. But it was, Green Bay won that 21-17, and Packers and head coach Vince Lombardi defeated the Oakland Raiders. I'm confused. Green Bay won 21-17 in the Ice Bowl. But then you said Packers and Vince Lombardi defeated the Raiders. Oh, in Super Bowl II, they won 3 times in a row, and nobody else has done that since. Nobody has won 3 in a row. So that's what that was. Clumsily written and clumsily read. So thank you, George. Anyway, did that make any sense to anyone?
No.
This is just the history. Sometimes there's too much information in these. Basically, this was. Has there been a colder game than 14 below?
No, wasn't that the coldest game in NFL history?
I believe so. And I remember walking down the streets of St. Paul, Minnesota with a parka backwards in 16 below. And everybody was like, whatever happens, don't stop moving or you will die.
Yeah, been there.
Yeah, like on the streets. Well, so I was trying to get into them St. Paul habit trails. You walk through all the but between where I was parking to where I got to one of those, that was probably the most dangerous walk of my entire life. I didn't mind it. I liked the cold.
The underground habit trails?
No, just walking outside.
No, I know, but you were trying to get to one of those habit trails
desperately.
That is the coldest game still to this day.
Yeah.
However, just also worth noting that the wind chill felt like below 48.
Wow.
Yeah. Nope, I'm done.
Yeah, there's simply not enough money.
Ralph was bitching about how cold it was in the studio the other day when we were all there.
There was clouds forming on the ceiling.
You couldn't handle what I walked
through
in 16 below. You couldn't handle the ice.
You even had to stop.
Did you do it uphill both
Well,
ways?
I just looked down and my nipples were like really hard coming through my
cold.
T-shirt. And I was like,
and I've been in 13 below, and that studio was cold.
We
Glad
should
there's
probably
not
turn that
enough
up
show
a degree.
left for us to hear what the moist one has to think about that. That's what I'm glad.
My diamond-like nipples cutting through my garments.
Time to drink.
Boink, boink. That'll do it.
It's time.
Yeah, it is time, ladies and gentlemen. You've got you got 6 hours of 2024 left for whatever that's worth, and then tomorrow we're not here. And Keon, good luck to your horny Texas Longhorns. And go ASU, of course. May the best team win, and that's it. That's all I have to say. Oh, suck it, Ralph. See you guys on Thursday. It's a Daily Blender.
Going to say.
AZ Prep 365.